Yes, ma'am.
Toby? No, Toby?
I hear Toby. His thing green.
He's making noise.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got up to go grab my soda.
Okay, so we have Toby, we have Marcus, we have Sammy, we have Het then? Okay. Right, in that case, we are going to go live now.
Sweet.
Right. And so what?
Oh, I was going to try and make an Imperial foot joke, but I'm not going to.
Okay, so we are back with another episode of Survivors of Tarnstead. We're going to begin an unusual method of introductions. So, first up, we have Kronos as
Archithal.
Hadden as
Telder.
Marcus as
Corvus Adalas.
Sammy as
Multiple feet tall. I mean, gifted.
Okay, I am awarding the DM 1 inspiration to use against the party. We have Tobias as
Cassiopeia Stillshot, who's eating shrimp right now.
okay, and we will have Blackheart as Carrick Mask as soon as he arrives. Okay, who would like to give a recap?
Sure.
Go for it.
Talk about the numbers.
All right. Wait, what? Okay. Last time on this game, we continued our journey to Winden. And so we stopped for the night, and we met a nice woman and her son, who later ended up having some fun times with Cassiopeia running around. Somebody came by, and it looks like they were going to try and rob us, but that kind of got shut down really quickly, and they ran away. And so we continued on the rest of our journey, arrived at Winden. The woman and her son ended up going off to wherever they keep the refugees, evidently outside of the city. We went inside the city and got a hotel room after receiving a message that General Rizal wanted to see us. Checked into the hotel room. I believe. Yeah, I already had that. Yeah, so we checked into the hotel room, had a night sleep. Gifton got to enjoy a room all to herself with care. A full-size person's room. And then we went and met with General Rizal, who, surprise, surprise, is Raziel.
Shock. The biggest twist you guys have ever encountered, I know.
What a twist!
Gasp and shock.
And so we decided to start prodding him for information about everything. We are still in the middle of this discussion about everything, but we do know that he needs our help. We do know that there are 2 things that he would like us to do to help Hea. And he's pretty Hea is not bad because he's kind of working with Hea, but Hea is responsible for the whole by Tarnstead situation. People aren't the happiest with Rizal right now. But yeah, we're kind of in the process of talking or / interrogating Rizal.
Okay, very nice. Take your inspiration. And yes, there we are in Rizal's office. Guys, we're in the middle of a conversation with him. Does anyone remember what the last mentions were?
We were talking about the holes underneath Tarnstead. We're about
It was
to.
very ominous.
Yes.
Yep. Dun dun dun.
Holy McCole.
Okay. Yeah, he sits there, regarding you with a worried look, Gifton.
My shoulders sag for a second, and then I kind of like in a quick motion reach over and grab Care and give him a very sharp hug.
Chair's gonna hug you, and because he's looking at Reziel and just going, "You're not. It's all what happened to your father."
I am definitely doing that, and her face is going to change just a little bit, and it's going to look a little bit more stony for the people she's now facing, which is the people not Raziel. And she's going to say, I didn't tell all of you about it, but the holes underneath Tarnstead that they're shoving the brownies into makes them fade away. And it's sucking them up, and just that. I'm assuming it's looking for something, and it doesn't mean that I will die, but I'm going down there, and I might die, and I'm okay with that. Okay, so no one here gets nobody here gets to be mad about this. Okay,
I'm not mad. I'm scared for you.
I know, but I'm scared if I don't go. Okay. What if I don't go, you know what happens? Everyone dies. Everyone dies. Okay? That is what this is, right? It's one person or a lot of people, and I'll die too. So it's not evading anything for me, okay? It's not. And you just have to hope that I'm enough of a freak that whatever is down there won't just wipe me out, okay?
He holds you even tighter, and
give him a big hug. And nobody gets to feel bad about this or blamed about it. It's just what it is, okay? And I'm gonna look back over at Raziel. Nobody has to feel bad about it.
Easier said than done.
Out of point.
I don't think anyone will feel bad because there are things that we must do in Tarnstead. I pulled you out of that place once, and I will be with you again down there if needed.
I'm afraid you won't be.
It is only for her.
It's only for her.
The holes are very small.
And hello, Blackheart.
Oh,
The holes are very...
It's just gap.
The
The
holes-
holes are small, yes.
And I'll be honest, if this is the last key that opens everything up, you guys probably need to be there for Hea. When she comes out, that's going to make a lot of racket. I can't imagine it wouldn't. And she's going to need people. Good people. And I'd feel better knowing you guys were taking care of her. But it doesn't mean I'm gonna die. It just means that I might. And we have to be adults about it and just accept that that's a possibility, okay? It doesn't mean that it has to happen or that it will. It's just, it might. And I don't want anyone here getting mad at anybody else if it happens. And you know I would be super cross if you were mean to each other, or if you ran off in a town for 3 days, or hid up in a room reading a book when it happened, okay? There are still a lot of good things you can do. And you would keep doing them, right?
yes.
Okay.
And you are also a little different than a normal brownie, too, so
Yes, I'm a
I'm
freak.
you have that going for
We
you.
covered that.
You're not a freak. You're not a freak, Gifton. And I'm hoping that you are strong enough I think you are.
If this is the, I don't know when you need me to go, but if that's what's gonna happen, I need to make sure I say my piece. Raziel, your plan's messed up, and I don't think that there's parts of it I don't like, and you need to hear it. You can't be killing all those gods. All those heavens will drop. All those heavens will crash to the ground, and they will be scattered. You would be scattered. And what would that do to the people on the ground here? What would that do to all those souls of all the times that they've reset, just sitting up there in those heavens? There's got to be another way. And that doesn't even mean that stops the thing coming. It delays it. It's going to come for Heya eventually. I mean, what you said, this bought like a few thousand years when they killed Lalasil? How many thousand years is it going to be before that thing sneaks up and there are no other gods here but just Heya? And it comes for her.
It shouldn't come for her.
How can you know that?
I can't know that for certain, no, but they seem sure.
I just feel like, why aren't we trying to find out what it wants and why it's coming?
Because I don't even know how to contact it, how to talk to it. It's beyond anything we know, anything the gods know.
Well, how much looking's been done? How much has anyone tried?
The last contact attempt that I'm aware of. How many of you are aware of the state of Noran?
Cass raises her hand.
You're aware of the devastation on the northern coast? The Hexenreich bomb?
I think I heard something about that.
Anyone give me a history check if they so wish.
I don't know shit.
Evidently wasn't important to tell me.
I think Jarek knows a little bit.
Yep.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who?
I'm sorry to laugh, Corvus.
Missing.
That was not something in our lessons.
Yeah, Roll20's giving me a little bit of grief right now.
Is that one of those things where we're gonna say, unfortunately, that isn't part of our history because we don't believe it was true?
That is not part of our curriculum of study.
Telday, you are aware that a bomb went off apparently from Hexenreich in Noran. Gifted and Carrick, you have at points in Tarnstead overheard folks from the garrison talking about it. You're aware that apparently Hexenreich set off some kind of magical bomb of great power that devastated the northern coast and wiped out thousands and thousands of lives, and has left the land desolate since.
Well, that's news to me.
The bomb that Hexenreich set off that desolated the northern coast of Noran. That one?
Yeah. That wasn't Hexenreich, and it wasn't a bomb.
That was whatever this is.
One of their own, a great dragon, a researcher, attempted to contact or summon, or I'm not entirely sure what it was trying to do, but it made some kind of contact with whatever this being is, or what part of it, and well, that was the aftermath. Apparently, whatever happened, someone ended very, very suddenly. They felt it was severe enough.
Wait, did
And
you
this
say
is
someone
when Eliza
ended?
suddenly shows up.
Did you say someone ended it?
Yes, I've heard he sort of waves his hands up at the sky. Heard from various parties I'm still in good terms with. It was a mortal harnessing great power that wiped out all life, just stopped whatever was happening.
I'm
That's
gonna
terrifying.
guess you mean the gods. Is the person still alive? That might be a place to contact and start if Gifton's idea might have anything.
He shakes his head. No trace there. It's assumed, well, everyone died.
What about what happens when things die? Don't they go to a place that you all manage? Or look after?
Souls or something? Can we talk to the ghosts?
Or was this thing that consumed them also perished?
Or you just not gonna start the road? If it burned off its soul, it doesn't go anywhere.
Or if they are up there, you do realize that not all angels are just allowed willy-nilly into the place where the mortals dwell. There are very specific guardians and watchers up there. And unfortunately, none of them are people I am on good terms with.
Okay.
And a certain angel of death has been taken care of.
I'm just thinking we should keep our ears open or look for things because it seems wrong. Like I'm just worried that we're gonna do this and then we're gonna get blindsided later and it's gonna. Raz, I don't want you to fall.
I would just be putting an official stamp on what I've been viewed as for a long time.
You mentioned that every time that the gods have fled. Why?
Why have they wiped everything?
Yeah, why haven't they? Do they know what'll happen if they stand against this thing?
No idea.
They wipe everything to make this place not look appealing to whatever this is.
Whatever it is about their power that they gain from, he sort of gestures his hands at you all, seems to act as a beacon. When that shuts off, once the power source is shut off.
So they just kill everybody and then wait and then start over.
Yeah.
Is it
Kinda
coming
fucked up.
after? Is it coming after us, or is it actually coming after them? I mean, if it can't seem to sense them, wouldn't it be coming for us?
Wish I could tell you.
I realize
It's not so much that they are scared of its intent, its ill will. They are scared of its existence. It shaped them, and they are fairly certain it shaped them unknowingly. They call it the dreamer because it is unactive, unaware, and they're scared of it waking up.
Becoming so?
Yes, and you have to understand that these terms, they're not literal, they're figurative. They are as best as we can describe its process.
Okay.
But I understand your unwillingness to just... If it's any consolation, I am trying to look into ways to stabilize the heavens. No such luck yet, but I am looking.
I wonder if there's a way that that it could be masked, make it so it couldn't see.
I
the
tell you
beacon
what, my
anymore.
friends, you survive all of this, and he looks at you very specifically, Gifton. You stay strong and get out of there, and we will talk about alternatives. But if we do not come up with anything else in time, if you do not come up with anything else in time, this has to be done.
No, I understand.
Yes, Cassiopeia?
Odd question, because this is information that we would have absolutely no privy to, but while Estelle was killed, how long before Hea was brought into existence?
Oh, a few million years, not long.
I'm
That's that word again.
a real number.
I'm more wondering if it was the presence of Hea that delayed this dreamer thing rather than the death of a god.
It's entirely possible, but it seems more logical to them, at least, and to me, I suppose, that smothering part of the lantern would have more effect than, well, just putting something unconnected. But who knows, maybe she does have some repulsive effect. It is unfortunately a hard thing to test.
Yeah, it's kind of. I think you're as much in the dark on this as we are, aren't you?
He nods. Best guesses.
So, another thing I wanted to ask, what happened in Serdar? Because I'm guessing that you're the one who used the information we gave to be able to justify act.
Oh yeah, Cassie's family's there. They should be coming back, right?
He frowns suddenly, and he glances over at Cass, and then looks at the rest of you and goes, have none of you received word?
No.
We have been
We've not
informed
heard.
that Cassiopeia is the last of the steel shards.
Yeah, somebody said that.
Cass looks up. What?
No,
Your
somebody
child
said.
day.
No, somebody said that. Hey, there's still one steel shot around when we were at the tavern, but that was about it.
I'm so sorry. I thought you would have heard already. Cassiopeia, your parents' mercenary company was deployed en masse. We are short men, you have to understand, trying to control the southern borders still. Their airship, the airship they were on, it was taken out fairly early into the fight. As far as we can tell, all hands lost.
Cass has a very neutral expression right now.
Oh, Cass.
They are still searching, but it was oversea, and perhaps someone's clung to some wreckage washed up somewhere, but we have not found anybody yet.
How did they take out an airship?
They had some Leviathan left out of the waters.
Dragon.
Oh, that's
No, not something new.
Something new?
That's
Well,
terrifying.
A creature we don't have on record.
When you're saying we, do you mean
In
pointing
my
around the
official
room?
capacity, he sort of touches his uniform.
Okay.
And unfortunately, in my normal capacity. You have to understand that, well, your civilizations and the creatures of this world have advanced far further than before. A lot of this is new for me. A lot of this is strange and unknown.
Are there angels that do keep an eye on stuff like that?
He nods slowly. Yes, villains tend to be the watchers of, well, animals, beasts.
Cass, are you gonna be okay?
It was the entire company.
He nods slowly.
I may have to go to Whitecroft.
Okay. Well, we can.
If you would like, after you're all done here, I can arrange a passage for you.
Unless someone is dealing with the estate, I may have to go.
The estate?
The family's possessions?
Would likely to fall to whatever nobility were backing them, and if there's no one to claim them. Were you still officially registered with the company? I did not see you on any of their dockets.
No, my mother was trying to force me into the company, and my father arranged for my escape.
I'm afraid, seeing as it's a registered company and not family holdings as such, it will likely fall into the hands of the local government. You might want to go there and try and fight that if you wish.
I don't know.
Still, hold out hope that there are survivors. It's not unusual for people to wash up.
Yeah, and
If you
if your family's half as stubborn as you are, Cassie, they're probably they probably went underwater and punched the Leviathan to death, and they're just taking their time swimming to shore. They might be okay.
Rezio actually stands up and heads over to a sort of wooden cabinet-looking thing. Opens at the top, and you see him pulling up bottles, glasses, and he looks over at Cass. A drink?
No, I need to be sober for what's coming.
Anyone else?
No, thank you, sir.
I'll take one.
Delas, Gibson, Care.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, Gifton's gonna get her backpack out and start grabbing some glasses out.
Right, and he comes over with a couple of glasses and sets them down on the table and pours what looks to be a bottle of brandy, you suspect. And then very, very carefully
If you just
Tries-
pour it into something, we can dip it in our cups. It's fine. It's easier.
and he just tips a glass towards you guys, ever so slightly
yeah,
full,
so we can get that.
Yeah.
We'll just get a little bit in.
and then
Thanks.
pops it up for himself and hands it to RG, one to Corvus, takes one himself. Well, to the still shots,
Steel shots.
and hopefully success in what's to come. And he downs it.
Archie's doing the same. Just head back, empty cup.
I'm gonna have a little bit of
Putting it down.
a slight giggle before I take mine. Did you ever think you'd see an angel drink?
Yes, unfortunately not an exciting time for me. Doesn't do anything.
Oh.
Quite like the flavour though. And he sets his glass down and sits down.
Raziel, do you know whose forces the Goliaths were operating under?
It was the bulk of Scrims. It was a massive assault and thankfully repelled, but he should be in a much weakened position now.
Fucking grill.
The bulk of
they-
Scrim. The bulk of Scrim,
Oh.
Toby. Not the
Did
bulk of
they-
Scrim.
Scrim.
The Scrim
Did
Hansons.
they
Scrim.
try something similar to what they did in Dulvwood?
Yes, there were some internal teleportation attempts, but the bulk of it was from the outer walls and from the sea. It was a far less subtle attack.
Gifton's gonna sit back down in the chair and then kind of hold her glass up for a second and go, "Thanks for the seats." Even if it does make you seem a little daft.
He smiles softly.
How much time do I got?
You will have to accompany me within 9 days' time.
All right.
Is that for down south or for the one with Cassie?
Down south, I'd like you to deal with Cassie's thing before then, if possible.
When do you want to go, Cassie?
We're going to do that as soon as possible to get it
Do-
out of the way.
All right.
Do you know-
I need to know what we're going to be expecting with Mother.
It's a little hard to tell. Originally, Michael, she was belligerent and angry, justifiably so. But what she'll be like now, after all of this? There is one thing I will warn you about. Don't go with anyone else. When I say Gifton Cassie, I mean it. She will be released from that without a vessel.
And she'll try to grab.
Unlikely, but she will incinerate anything that is close to her just through her being.
I don't like fire.
You should be fine. You could listen to Rick Bill without any issue, and, well, I look at you and you're just stronger. And you, being part of her, Cass, hopefully going to be okay as well.
So, what do we do if they decide they want to go and blab?
I think we can't stop her.
He shakes his head slowly. If she decides on that course of action, it means I am on a tighter schedule. We are on a tighter schedule. She is persona non grata in heaven, and not many will talk to her. And she will have trouble finding contact, but she will look for it.
Well, I'll have to hope she's not in too pissy of a mood.
And what got her on the short list?
She was part of the original rebellion. Not that she remembers the circumstance. As is part of the anger of the fallen, they are banished for something they don't remember doing.
It's a little rude.
A tad.
Why doesn't she remember?
Because the angels were made to forget. Fallen or no. Her, alongside me and many others, tried to fight for Ladasil. The first war in heaven that, well, at least the first one I remember.
And Miris didn't.
None of the gods moved toward us. Ilan tried to save her after the fact, but none of them stood with us. It took a long time for regret to set in for some of them.
I mean, he didn't take your memory, though?
Oh, no. No. He let me keep mine.
Mercy or not?
A little of both.
More necessity than mercy, I think.
I'm
Didn't go
assuming we
well the
need
first
to.
time. Let you learn from your mistakes.
My mistakes. Their mistakes.
Well, the mistakes overall that were made in the process. Because at this point, you seem to be farther ahead than they would be expecting.
Exactly. I have an idea of what has happened, what they're capable of, and it informs what I should do.
I'm assuming we need to be very careful when we're talking to Michael, if we talk to Michael.
Yes, please.
Can't know anything, right?
I don't know what she will remember. She might need time to get things back together in her mind, but if you... She knows of me, of course. She's been around with Cass while you've interacted with me, but I hope she... I don't know what I hope. Just don't mention me. Perhaps it's for the best.
Okay.
Hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
I'm gonna down the rest of my drink. Set my, and put the cup back in my backpack and give Kara's hand a squeeze and look over at Cass. I'm ready to go right after. I can't think of anything worse to talk about.
Is there no more...
Yes. Since we're laying all the terrible shit out on the table, what do you know of soul burners?
Soul burners?
That sounds terrible.
They've not existed for, well, in any organized capacity for a couple of thousand years now.
Words, he's going to burn a key point just to prove point.
Oh, don't do that.
What'd she do?
Don't. She just
What is
burned
that?
off a sliver of her soul.
Archie, don't do that. You need that.
It's how I'm able to do anything I'm able to do, Giv.
Oh,
Don't.
The running on water, the punching faster than people can see, the knocking people out, all that stuff, all that comes.
yes. Do exercise great caution in that. The ability RG has, it's a. Well, frankly, it's a mistake. It's a fluke. It's a backdoor into the mechanism the gods use to sustain themselves.
What do you mean sustain
Wait, what?
themselves? What?
Oh, yes. So, I believe I've said that faith fuels them, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Human worship.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they stockpile. The reason they take souls up into heaven, gives them a few millennia of peace and happiness and contentness, is that when they do the wipe, there are no worshippers, nothing to fuel them, sustain them. So, they use the souls in heaven.
Batteries.
So basically, we're food.
Yes.
So even if the wipe happens, everyone dies again.
Yes.
And the gods have their little safe pool of souls.
And this is why my hope lies in Hea. She does not need that. Worship empowers her, but she does not seem to live off of it.
Subsist on it.
No.
Just from a different source.
One that I frankly do not understand, but seems better than that.
I have 9 days, you said?
9 days until we must go, yes.
Do you think I can... I know you have things you have to do, and you kind of have a day job, which I'm going to admit's really, really amusing. I just didn't picture you as the death sort, but
Yeah. He gives you a humorless smile.
Do you think sometime in the next 9 days, like, could you tell me about... I would like to know more about Danielle. I mean,
Certainly.
If you don't want to talk about it, that's okay.
No, that's fine. I'll tell you what, my nights are my own, I do not sleep. Why don't you visit me? Or I'll visit you.
Sure. I can do that. You can come by the tavern and we can play bad music and try to badger Kara into singing. It's always a lot of fun.
Insight check. Everybody, please.
I'm curious. Who are we actually inciting on?
Raziel.
Okay.
We've almost got a full band. It's pretty fun.
Oh, Jesus. What is with these rolls?
Everyone's suddenly
There you go.
dead focused on him.
Corvus has just been watching Raziel. and Gifted Strong, supposedly.
Good Lord.
Gibson is very focused on Raziel.
Yeah, I've always been very focused
okay.
on this.
So...
Dear God, that insight roll.
Let's see. Corvus, Cat, and Telday, you don't get much from it. Carrick and RG, you catch a little twitch, a little glimmer in his eye that seems almost wistful. And Gifton, that hurt him. There's a wistful sadness that is quite clearly there to you.
Gifton suddenly gets a sad look on her face and goes, "You know, I'll just come by here. I'll just come by here. That'll be fine."
No, I will come see you.
Okay.
It will be nice to get out of here.
You don't have to. I don't want you doing things you don't like. Okay.
Oh, he's going to look at you, and his expression softens briefly. Don't automatically think that people's reactions is entirely your fault. It's just she always tried to get me to dance and sing.
And then I elbow Care.
What? Ow!
You never do it either.
I'm not a good dancer.
I don't know. I haven't gotten to see.
And Razio chuckles softly a bit. Care, dance with her before you regret not being able to. And Care just sort of squeezes your hand again.
9 days.
9 days. All right. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you, and maybe we could pretend to be normal-ish people for a little bit.
Right. Yes. Now, was there anything else?
One last thing.
Of course, there's always a last thing. What
There's
is it?
always a
Atlas?
last thing. When we first met you, it seems that you had a conversation with Thaldia about protecting a boy. I later had a conversation with a group, an organization, to kill said boy.
Yes, you know.
Now, yes, now, they, in their mysterious ways, would not tell me the reasoning, but just greater things are in the works, as it were. And then you as well mentioned something about rippling effects. What is the reason for one, you wanting him to live, and the gentleman wanting him dead? Why?
You, of course, the future is not fixed. I'm sure you all understand that, otherwise our efforts might be futile. Yes?
Yes.
There are many, many paths that lead from Albrecht, grand ones that seem to influence a lot. If he died before he reached that city, none of them would have come to fruition and he would have been forgotten by history. Now, there's so many things he could do. Many of them involve reshaping religion, reshaping government. He's a bright boy, and he will become very learned and very influential. Whatever he puts his mind to.
I can see your reasonings for having to know that. But what reasonings did the gentleman have for knowing that?
Corvus, ask about the cat.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
What do you mean, what reasonings did the gentleman have to know that?
How did they know that this boy of son of a blacksmith was going to do great things? How did they know that?
They have access to a great many things I would rather they did not. Including ways to peer into the future. Not as solid as mine, but they do have them. And, oh.
How? Like, not how do they do it, how do they have that?
They were an organization I created long ago and tried to shape, and they got away from me.
Corvus puts his hands in his face.
Whoops.
Almost killed me, but one of my great failures. I am not flawless, I'm sure you're all aware right now.
Did you have a pet?
Is it
Pet?
a big angry thing? The cat.
What?
The cat.
It was a term of something that you would recognize, Gifton. So,
Oh, it's not a cat?
it's not a cat.
Oh. Why did you get me scared about a cat?
They've always seemed to go in and out of places, absence of any entries or exits. It perplexed me for a while until I acquired said item that Thaldir smashed. However, there still lie some unknowns about it, one of them being the means to transpose oneself from one location to the other.
Oh, well, if you do figure that out, I recommend you don't use it.
Yeah, there's a cat.
However,
Go away for that one. I don't-
when I did use it, by happens,
Cat.
there was something lurking in the darkness.
Yes. You are walking through the graves of my brothers and sisters.
Oh,
When we die, and this was one of the gods' early lessons in the connection of the dreamer, when we die, we are torn away from them and from here, and we go to a place we call the Empty. Some realm of the dreamers, where we are warped and twisted and made into horrendous, destructive beings. And that is where you are passing through when you use that little cane of yours.
Big angel cats.
Where is it horrifying, quite frankly?
I kind of made her somewhat more terrified of cats unintentionally, but
I don't think
yes.
you could have made her more terrified of cats than she already was.
No, if anything, she's less terrified
If-
now 'cause she likes angels.
If cats were horrendous warped beings that ignored all sense of physics and law of reality, then yes.
Gifton gives him a very solid look into. So
Yeah, that's
cats.
exactly what cats do.
Actually,
They look horrendous, and their faces are so human, but not. Oh, wait,
So
wrong.
in that place, if one was to venture through it again, what would happen if they did look?
I wish I knew. No one's ever returned to tell us.
Don't.
It's fine.
Maybe don't. Corvus, don't.
With that foreboding sense, that little tingle on the back of your neck, listen to it. And move quickly through there. Right. Isn't that cheery?
I actually have a question that you mentioning angels made me think of.
Yes.
Did Hea have angels?
No, she's never made angels. She created a lot of mortal creatures. Some, I would hazard to guess, that were more powerful than certain angels, but nothing you'd define as celestial guardians. She really dwelt in her own heaven.
And do you know where she'd come out if she is released?
The gates we open. There are many of them. You had the seals are transcended. You have to understand there are many locations that could be the gates. It's just whichever we open.
So
And-
you'd be able to choose where she...
Yes,
Okay,
and
then. Okay.
I would like to. Oh, I'd like to do it close to home.
I just
doesn't-
wanted to make sure it wouldn't be a random place that we might
It's
not be
gonna
able to get
kill
to
like
quickly.
a lot of people, like getting her out. I don't know how big gods are.
He shakes his head. It won't kill a lot of people. Her form is quite immense, but she can easily be like you or me.
Wow, she can get really small then.
Oh yes.
She, when she gets released, we might not even know she was. She might just simply exit and go hide in her heaven for a while.
It's possible, though I sincerely hope not.
I mean, I figure she'd have to appear here someplace.
Once she steps out of the gate, she can go where she pleases.
Yeah, but when she steps out of the gate, I'm guessing that she appears at least for a little bit.
He smiles a bit and goes, "Don't worry, people will be safe. You will understand better when you see her prison."
I don't know if I want to see that out of character, because that sounds frightening. When
It's
she lets the god
fine.
in.
Which,
For
When
having
the-
us.
it's my pleasure. And he actually starts to get up, and you see him sort of tuck his cherry behind the desk. And I do hope that when I release her, you will be with me. I would like her to see well, those that have aided her, and I think some of you will be a good lesson to her.
I'm gonna
Even
go over and slam up on Dingus.
Even for some of the flaws, you are good people. And she should understand that good people can have flaws and it doesn't make them evil.
Is she gonna talk like Rick Beale did?
No.
Okay.
No.
I just suddenly thought about that. That was not a happy day.
Right.
Do you mean the screaming thing or talking in the language that only you know currently?
The screaming.
This has
Screaming
been
hurt.
a pleasant conversation,
No shit.
but how about now to official business?
Yes, sir.
Oh, there's official business?
I'm afraid so.
Oh,
Alright, if it's about the thing underneath Cuthwaite, I thought it was friendly.
You killed that, so I don't think that's a problem anymore.
I know, but I don't know if what all it
issue,
did.
Gibson.
I'm just saying that it was in a box, and then it made beams, and then it killed all those people, and I really didn't know. It's not about that, is it?
No.
probably not.
No.
The look on the general's
I don't
face
know why, but I
there.
could just see that eyebrow going higher and higher and higher as Gibson.
We just have one of-
Okay,
It wasn't.
okay, you can stop talking now, Gifton. It's a vice.
I'll be in the hallway. Goodbye.
No, hold up. I will look into that.
No.
We have. Well, what am I saying?
It was a beholder.
Gifton took care of it anyways, so.
It was a beholder. We killed it.
I'm not even going to ask. Right.
Probably for the best.
Now,
Big T-
on
big
my
shark teeth, big
official
eye.
capacity as a general in the Barassi military, I must thank you for your service to your country. Your actions in Dulwood, your information from Siddur, has guaranteed the continued safety of this nation and its citizens.
That was
You have gone
your
above
information.
and beyond
It wasn't
the call of duty.
But we,
Gifton, hush.
but that
I don't know where you got your information from. I, General Rizal,
Being of
and he's giving Gifted a very fixed look when he says that.
yes, General Rizal.
That's very good. Right, as such, you're all to be given the rank of Platinum Adventurers. All of these stores here will be open to you, and we would like to reward you personally. So if you'd follow me, and he's actually going to move to the door and head on out of his office.
Does this mean that care counts as that too?
Yeah, we need to
now?
get Care signed up as an adventurer because he keeps
Oh,
killing
certainly, I'll
people
take care
and
of
it's
it.
awkward.
Yeah, he's killing people. It's awkward. It's not, pushing legal limits. It's just
We jumped
awkward.
an entire piece.
I still
And,
feel really bad about killing the priest in Cuthwaite, okay?
And as you are following him along, being very loud, you do see a few looks from passing official-looking people of how belligerent.
I'm going to salute every single one
Good,
of them.
good.
I'm guessing when you say official, I'm guessing.
If I see
official.
Telday doing that,
Yes.
Gibson's going to start stopping and trying to do the same thing.
Nobody can tell.
Nobody tells.
And it's a stop, full formal salute each time, waiting for acknowledgement.
I'll be with you. don't worry.
You get a few
Very
nods,
nice.
Telday.
Carrick can at least do a short bow because he ain't military. But
Okay, Raziel starts to slow down, sighing softly to himself.
Aren't you
That's
just
right
walking
behind
beside
him,
Rizal?
not even bothering.
some of us have more tact than others.
And he actually stops on the landing and he sort of turns to face you all. He says, Telday, you do not have to salute everyone going by for now.
Affirmative. Which ones should I salute?
Anyone of my rank or above, I suppose. And Telday, as he says that, you need to salute again.
Yeah.
As you see approaching up from behind him, sort of followed by a couple of aides, is someone who has more seeming, little pips and ribbons on his uniform than Roselle does.
I was actually going to wonder about that.
And you recognise that it's the High General, the highest rank.
Cass,
I'm
Cass
gonna.
starts seeing
the
brass and
most-
starts kind of shrinking back.
The most formal salute possible. I'm spinning my arms several times. I suppose.
Watch it.
And Resiel sighs a bit and goes, "No, you do not need to salute me immediately."
Cass is kind of doing the entire
Sir.
pointing behind him.
And yes, this rather broad-shouldered, quite tall gentleman who is also very weathered-looking. He's got grey hair that does seem to be receding, and that somewhat wiry, aged muscle look to him. Sort of just claps Resiel on the shoulder. And you hear him chortle a bit and go, "Oh, enjoy it, James, my boy."
James.
And,
James Roselle.
As the entire party stops and goes, James.
And you see Resiel stiffen up a bit, and he quickly sort of whips around and salutes him, the man himself. And, "Sir, I'm sorry, I did not see you there." "Oh, relax, my boy. Who's this lot you have here?" "These are the Tarnstead Trading Company, sir, the ones that gave us the information about Sidur." "Oh, grand." And he actually steps past Resiel, and Cass, your hand is grabbed and shaked vigorously.
Yeah. Hi.
And-
Hello, sir.
And this continues down the line. Carrick, figure shaking. RG, figure shaking. Corvus, figure shaking. And then he gets to the two little flapping soda dragons with the brownie riders.
Oh, they actually fly?
I thought we were riding on the ground.
Do you want to be riding on the ground?
Yeah, well, I don't think we'd keep trying to make them hover. If we're stopped, we'll
Yeah.
land.
And he sort of looks down a bit, and then he just gets into a very unceremonious crouch.
Yeah.
And says, "Oh, I had heard there were brownies in this little party."
Hello, sir.
"Oh, I have a very fine watch made by one of your kind. It's a pleasure to meet you." And he just sort of gives you a little nod.
I give a proper salute, and I go, "I make dresses and clothes."
"Oh, well, so you must be the adventurer then." He looks at Care. No, she's
I killed
the
a dragon
adventurer.
turtle.
More than he seems to think.
I killed the dragon turtle.
Oh, bravo, jolly good show. Right, and then he stands up and looks at you, Telday.
I'm still saluting in the stiffest posture possible.
Aren't you one of our tin men?
Affirmative.
Oh, I didn't think you were supposed to be up and about yet. James, have they activated the Merly? No, sir, it's one of the prototypes.
Oh, we got our prototype.
I told you that.
That's right, you
It
did.
does explain so much.
It does.
Well, Addy's a good chap, and he just sort of pats you on the shoulder a couple of times, Telday. And
My
you see
giant shoulder?
yes, yes, he reaches up to do this.
I'm just imagining we have to get a repair done now.
And you see one of his aides sort of lean in and say, sir, we've got to get to the meeting." "Oh, they can wait." "All right, have you given them talk, James?" "Yes, sir." "Right, see to it they're paid well. Keep up the good work, all of you. You're a good mark on the citizenry of this country, serving. And he seems
Pleasure meeting you, sir.
pleasure's all mine. And he gives you all a firm nod before continuing off down the landing.
I'm gonna slowly glance over at Roselle and go, "Shall we keep going, James?"
That's the highlight of my day.
I out of character, I was half expecting him to go, "You're all doing good service to what country are you in?"
And he's going to give you all an unamused look and go, "I'm the one seeing you get paid, you know."
Cass is just kind of still standing there. She's actually gone kind of pale.
So is he always that friendly?
I'm willing to count that as payment right now.
Yes,
I'm not.
He's always that friendly as long as we're winning a war.
Okay.
Don't want to see him when we're losing. Right,
Really noted.
this way, and he's going to immediately start marching off down the corridor
I'm
again.
gonna, as I'm kind of flapping along now because we're moving up by RG. I'm just gonna go. I don't think that General Roselle is enjoying our company as much.
I mean, to be fair, we have this effect on pretty much everyone we meet.
Yeah.
And as he leads you through this complex, you see he gets a few people to actually stop and salute to him, and he just gives them a dismissive nod until you are led into what looks to be it looks like a storeroom. You can see plenty of crates and lockers and such, but they are behind this barred desk, and there is a man just sort of standing behind this desk. Looks a bit bored.
Oh
And,
boy, do you have a day with us?
I'm gonna nod at every single officer that pass by.
You get a few nods in return. You get some confused looks as well because you're not exactly commonplace yet. To tell
Confused nods.
Yeah. And you do see a couple of sort of lower ranked soldiers start to raise their hands as if to salute, and then like wavering a bit. Do we? I don't. Is this an officer? But Roselle leads you into this room, and he goes, Quartermaster Lambert, sir, your keys, please, sir. And you see him sort of close this little book that he's working on in front of him, and he comes around, unlocks this door, and comes on out, and hands the keys over to Roselle. Right, got some goodies for you. Come on in. Sir, are we... They're under my company, Lambert. Understood, sir. And this poor soldier just sort of stands aside as he leads you into the storeroom. Right. So.
Are we all gonna get put into a crate and put on a boat now?
Oh no! Did you really want to get away that badly?
I mean, they tried to do it to her once.
No, shut up.
Pardon?
Nothing.
Nothing.
What happens in Cuthwaite stays in Cuthwaite.
Yes, I really do need to look into this, apparently. And he moves into the back room and right, there will be some gold pieces for you on your way out, but I bought some strings and it's nothing specific or grand, you have to understand, but I did manage to get some of our surplus assigned to you.
You didn't have to do that.
They're MREs. They're MREs.
And
I want them.
and
You know, they're actually quite tasty.
and he kicks this great big wooden crates essentially, and
Gifton actually like hides behind RG briefly, and she's like, "No laser beams, right?
Oh, lasers.
No lasers."
Don't think it is. Don't think that's big enough to put one of those in.
I don't know.
no, what are you all talking about?
She's afraid there's another
What happens
beholder
if
in
Cuthwaite
there.
stays in Cuthwaite?
Again, that does not seem statistically likely.
That's. I guess she found the beholder in a crate. So
Not a beholder. Magic items, and he actually just sort of lifts the lid off of this and motions into it for you to see.
there's some relation there.
And inside of it are your bonus very rare items.
Yay!
No.
Half the crate. Carry crate with me.
If you don't like them, do feel free to sell them off. There are a few shops in the city that are allowed to take your military surplus. Quite a few of these don't really seem to necessitate that. I don't know how artificers do practice sometimes. All right.
Is there anything particular when you're saying that? Looks in box.
Right. So, what items did everyone settle on?
What do you mean?
A
Whatever.
very
Oh, we
cold,
have the list
Yes.
of items.
a very
Yes.
cold.
I'm actually curious what he was referring to.
And people's individual ones though, like who's getting what.
Yeah. We have in the kitty a +3 weapon that Toby gets, a +3 weapon RG's getting is their item that they rolled. Hatdan was receiving the Staff of Power, Blackie was getting the Rod of the Black Keeper, Corvus was getting a Staff of Frost, and I was getting a Ring of Shooting Stars. I'm not keeping the Ring of Shooting Stars. It's going to get sold or someone can have it. Did anybody? I'm assuming Toby. Do you not want the +3 weapon?
That was going to go to someone else.
Yeah. So why don't we give that to Hatdan? So, because Hatdan will get immediate use out of a +3 weapon. We can trade Hatdan's Staff of Power with the Rod of the Pack Keeper, because I believe Blackheart wanted the Staff of Power.
Staff of Power, please.
Yes, and so Toby's going to have a Rod of the Pack Keeper in his hands. Hatdan's going to have a +3 weapon, and Toby's going to be able to ride for you, and then Staff of Power will be with Blackheart. We do not know about Kronos's +3 weapons, Corvus's Staff of Frost, or Kair's Horn of the Valkyrie. I think those are just vaguely staying where they are, because I don't think anybody was taking them.
Selling.
Weren't you gonna try and get the Rod of Pack Keeper?
It
or
sounded
no?
like Kair would not want it, because he would rather have a weapon.
If we want, I'll take Kerosene and he can have the +3 weapon.
That might work. Would that
Okay,
work?
if you want to do that, yeah.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that.
All right.
So can I put that on my sheet now?
Yes,
Yes.
you can put that on your sheet now.
Okay.
Haddad, what form is your weapon taking? This can be an arm blade if you so wish.
Yes, I would like it to be a rapier arm blade.
Okay.
Oh, thank God. An actual arm blade.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Sorry, the whip arm blade. Just like what?
Oh yeah, I might already have one of those.
Okay, so Reziel sort of motions into the case and goes, well, these weapons for one, they are rather highly rated with magical potency. Not something we want getting into common hands. In fact, most of these things, this thing, and he holds up the rod, not entirely sure about it. Haven't checked it myself, and apparently there is no use for it here. The horn you can probably sell wherever you wish, but do make sure the weapons and the staves go to the appropriate place. If you'd like, the receptionist can give you some locations of the rated merchants.
All right. Thank you, sir.
And if you want to check them out, they often deal with surplus from us as well, so there might be other things you can find.
Okay. Thank you,
Sounds-
sir.
Just call me sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, one, you don't need to do that, gift, and not even for the act. You're not part of the organization.
I've been calling you sir the whole time.
Yes, but you're a polite boy.
And it's kind of happened.
Wait a minute! Did you just say I'm not?
I mean, you did just yell at me then. And he smiles at you fondly, gift, and
Wing droop.
She looks like
happening.
she's stewing about this.
Wing droop
probably doesn't
happening.
help that Care actually chuckles under his breath a bit.
Not sure how the wings are drooping more, but they are.
Sorry to interrupt, but was it a bronze Horn of Valhalla that it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I wasn't there for it being rolled, and I looked at for Horn of the Valkyrie.
It's whatever. It's the second highest one. It was like right by the legendary.
Yeah.
So no, it's very rare, basically, to get sold.
Do you have something to put these in?
I have my bag.
It's
of
a-
holding,
It's
so-
a big walking stick.
I'm just gonna kind of bend it. It's like I'll be honest, I have my bag of holding at home.
I've got mine still.
I'm holding up the ring. I think I can manage.
Cass is looking at this rod like truncheon.
And he's looking at you, and then he's going to sigh, and basically he's going to move over to another shelf, reach up, and pull out a small little box. It looks like a cardboard box, and he's going to hold this out to Telday.
What's cardboard?
Telday, take these.
Affirmative, sir.
Some spare identification scrolls so you can see what these are.
Oh, I can.
Oh, we have a wand that does that.
We have an auto identifier.
I just gotta don't say no to free things.
The
No,
wand
but I'm not
dispatch
gonna
will-
take things from General Roselle.
Oh, please, things get lost here all the time. And,
As we just noticed in the corner, a scroll just laying there.
Would you like assistance locating them?
no, that's quite all right, Telday. How's he been functioning for you all anyway?
He's really good at music.
Very
Specific.
specific.
He plays great music. We play every morning together, don't we, Telday? Except for last morning because I was mad at him.
All right, well,
That seems better.
Telday, stay back here with me for a moment. The rest of you out front, there'll be a guardsman waiting for you. He'll lead you to your your payment.
Hopefully. he
But
has
I thought
some
this was the
solid-
payment.
No, this is my own
Says
special
there were
treat.
Gold coins. Gold.
And the
monies.
quartermaster was the one we talked to see what shops to go towards.
No, the scribe at the front of the building.
Receptionist.
Would that receptionist know buildings where to sell other items to?
Oh yeah, she can give you quite a few recommendations.
Thank you.
Bye, General Roselle.
We will
Right.
see you soon. It sounds like.
RG's
Okay.
gonna wait for the others,
Oh,
other
let's
than
touch
Delday,
Michael.
obviously,
Yeah.
to file away and just quickly. It's like, I just want to ask you two things technically, real quick.
Yes.
One honest question: what's her odds? And for the surviving, I'm not going to dissuade her from it. I just want to know.
I can't guarantee or really give solid odds.
Fair.
I have hope that she will.
The other one is, it's going to be a weird question. Do you think sometime you could tell me about Thaldir? I kind of realized that we didn't really know anything about him.
I think you all knew him better than me, but we can talk with him.
Yeah, but
Certainly.
there's a long life back behind all decisions and the way he was, that sort of thing, that informed how he was and his decisions that we don't know anything about.
Perhaps when I next see you all.
Thank you. And she's going to give a light bow and walk out.
And he just nods at you, and Telday, he takes you aside. And as you all filter out, the quartermaster giving you a sort of wary look,
Wave.
and you step out of the room. There is, in fact, a guardsman there waiting for you. And Hadden, would you please describe?
Oh, yes. He is a larger man, a bit overweight. He's got a large mustache and a long white beard. And he appears quite sweaty.
Talday?
Okay, thank you for describing the NPC Hadden. And he'll take you guys back through the complex to the front desk.
Extreme dick move.
I was sitting here going, oh, I think the brownie's going to explode. I
And,
think she may riot, not change anything.
Telday. Roselle actually sort of looks you up and down and goes, "What do you think of them, Telday?"
They are flawed. They appear to be competent at certain actions, but internal issues, disagreements, disorganized. Not always looking to solve issues. They were very focused on revenge.
And do you think your presence in the group improves them? Do you think it helps them?
Uncertain.
Uncertain. Can you give me an educated guess? Are you capable of that?
It appears not.
Well, I'd like you to stay with them. You already had your orders, but I am confirming them. You are on indefinite assignments to them.
Who is in charge, sir?
Gifton Brockgren.
Oh no, not this again.
Affirmative.
But try and weigh their words. Do not automatically look for her leadership.
Is there purpose?
To being with them?
Yes. Goal or otherwise mission?
Assure their survival. And assist. Assure the survival of Gift and Brockwin above all else. But try not to let the others die. Above all else. And I do mean all else. Beyond civilian safety, beyond safety of anyone else in the group. Beyond the safety of this nation. Ensure her survival.
This may contradict your previous stated goals for the group.
I see where this is going. You must obey me above all else.
You are contradicting yourself, sir.
I know. Figure it out till day. Go and rejoin them.
Sir.
And he watches you go.
Everyone likes to watch him go.
Oh, yeah.
Clank,
that
clank,
shiny
clank,
metal
clank.
behind.
That chiseled ass.
Yeah. Right. Okay, you're waiting at the front desk. You were led there, and you see this scribe, a woman in, like everyone else here, military uniform. Checks out a little bit of paperwork before moving beneath her desk and getting out a rather large box, which she opens up and seems to double check its contents before pushing it towards you. Right, your payment must have offered a great service here.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You would know where we can sell sanctioned places to sell military surplus?
Oh, yes. Not actually far from here. Most of the buildings in the northern quadrant are friendly with our services. In particular, there is a magical item shop if you head out the front gates here. And just a little down the road, you'll see a building on one of the corners. What is it called? Magical Affairs.
I like the name. Thank you. Hey, Carrick? Can you take this for me? You're probably gonna go there anyway and help people with stuff, if you don't mind. And could
So you're trying to hand me the ring?
Yeah, I'm handing you my ring.
Yeah, I'll see what I can get you. I'm guessing you want to sell it then.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
I think. I don't think I'll have much use for it, and I'm not really a fan of the stone.
Looks at stone. It's not the best work.
And Telday comes marching up as you guys are doing this.
Hey, Tilde.
Greetings.
Do you think you could help with hauling this big heavy box? I guess we're free to go now, right?
The scribe just sort of shrugs.
I have a question for you, ma'am.
Yes.
How about antique coins? We're not familiar with the city. I'm not sure where I
Antique
go.
coins.
Yes.
You want to show her one?
Reaches into the bag of holding, opens bag inside of bag of holding.
Pulls out a
reaches
coin.
Coin, brings it out. Yeah.
She sort of appears without much sort of eye for what it is. I'm afraid I don't know anything about these. I know High General collects coins.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
If you'd like, I can arrange a meeting.
That would be appreciated, ma'am.
And she pulls a large book from beneath the desk and starts going through it. Let's see.
10 days now.
Let's see. In 3 months' time, he has a meta deal that he could see you.
This is
Melodil. Whoops, wrong thing. 1 second.
It's fine.
It's 3 months would be a non-elf.
No, my day, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
I prefer the first vote because then we'd actually be. I might have to come back. I'm not sure how long we're going to be here for, so I may have to come back.
If you wouldn't mind leaving one with me, I can let him take a look when he's got spare time. Perhaps arrange this a little sooner.
That might be a bad idea.
Sure. If you just please don't lose it. It's
of course.
It's a gift to me. So.
What's your name, sir?
My name's Carrick Marsk.
Right. Okay, and how many of these do you have?
This is out of character looking because I actually don't remember.
You've got 10 of them.
12. I've got 12 of them.
You've got 12 of them.
10 because he wants to keep a couple.
So, okay.
I have 10 of them, ma'am.
Right. Okay. I will inform the High General. And where are you staying? I can get word sent to you, or you can come back check here. I don't know if it will be by tomorrow, but
The Hound and the Hydra.
Okay. Yes.
the Hound and the Hydra. Okay. I will send word.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
I'm going to dismount off Dingus and give him a big hug and go, Cassie, are we going?
Yeah. We need to collect our gear first.
Wait!
Screech!
And you see, you actually see Raziel sort of coming, sort of hurrying in a walk down the corridor.
Oh god, he's speed walking.
Yes.
Okay, everyone, move.
The greatest power.
Let's go.
Oh, we gotta leave. Bye.
No, hold up. And
Staying still.
he actually comes up to you all and seems to be miming being out of breath.
Well, I mean, he'd have to.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be all right, sir?
Yes, silly me, almost forgot. And he's going to hold up what looks like to be a handful of little chains with familiar shape on them, the little adventurers tags.
Oh,
these do
yes.
seem to be platinum pieces. And you can actually see hanging off his little finger two very small ones.
Oh. I'm gonna walk over and take it, and I'm gonna pat his hand. I reach up and pat it as I. Don't rush yourself on our account.
I'll handle Care's paperwork myself.
Thank you, sir. And I will go over and I'm gonna affix the badges for me and Care.
Cassie's gonna look at the platinum piece and just go, it must have been really big for us to have skipped gold.
Just a tad. Services to the country, yes.
We did save
Multiple
Thousands
pounds.
of lives. Thousands, yes. 2 cities. He's going to lean in a little bit and not being too subtle about it either. He doesn't care about the scribe. Because you're actually quite a big deal here.
Cassie's
Are you saying in general or just in the military?
The military's got most of the know-how right now, but I don't imagine it'll be long before bards are singing tales of you. They're spreading already from Sita right here.
Oh.
Although some of the songs have you in the battle, which not accurate but good publicity.
Oh, Sidura, my brain was going, wait. Cuthway would be bad ones. So,
Right. So Dingus, I want you to follow with Care, and I'll see you later. Okay?
One question, madam. Where is your library?
A library in the Western Wing?
No, it's sort of a research library.
I think he's looking for one that he might have.
Academic.
In the city.
Oh, for the city.
Yes.
Right. Oh, there's a library right near the palace. Large building. What way did you enter the city?
The South Gate.
South.
Southgate. You probably caught a glimpse of it coming through one of the market squares. Then it's just south of the palace.
Thank
Large
you.
building, very hard to miss.
This one?
Yes, correct.
The The Lego piece one?
Yes.
Okay.
Before you go, Gifton and
Cassie.
Cass, sorry. Do you want me to find out what yours does for you, Cass, or do you want to take it with you?
Cass is going to toss the thing over to Carrick. Figure out what it is.
When you get
I'm
back,
gonna-
we'll let you decide what you want to do with it.
Try to figure out what it is. But if you happen to, I always heard rumors about these javelins that turn into lightning bolts when you throw them. If you find any of those, trade it in for a bunch of them.
Hey, Carrick, would you mind taking this horn thing as well?
I just heard that as a very different word than what you said.
He doesn't have the horn. He has a +3 weapon because remember we traded.
Oh,
so
has the trade already
he
happened?
he has the
Yeah.
+3 weapon. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I already
Okay.
did. So he pulled out a weapon, I pulled out a horn.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
Yeah, so he's got.
In that
whatever
case, he is currently inspecting his shiny new little longsword that's shrunk for him.
Again, when we get back to the tavern, I'll find out what each of everything does, and we'll go from there. I'll find out what yours does to Gift in case it's really useful. If not,
yeah,
I'll-
I mean, if you think of any use for it, go ahead. But I just don't think I will. But I mean, anyway, me and Cass should get going. We want to get the Cass. Can I go in the bag? I don't want to see the city.
Can I go in the bag?
I don't want
There
to.
are
So,
numerous
put the brownie in
that
the
are
bag.
enjoyed by numerous tourists in the region and by many merchants.
Tell she does not like the information. You
going
may
to-
not want to give her more.
For
Apparently some says
example,
it's a made-up number.
particularly well loved.
What did Cassie say?
Cass is going to let Gifting crawl into her bag.
You know, lay it down so I can get in.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get in and I'll kind of turn right before I get in and go. Bye, General Roselle.
I'm just gonna look. Just oh yeah, don't forget to pick up your stuff on the way out.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Yep. We'll be back.
It'd be really hard to do what you need to do without it. So,
Well, I'll be fine, but Cass won't.
well, I mean, the
Yeah.
sword's there.
I know, Cass.
No reason to go there won't work.
Yeah.
We go there. Nothing happens. Hey, he was raw.
Yay!
All right, so you're heading on out of the keep.
Yep.
Yep. After
Yeah,
gathering
ma'am.
up
Yeah.
equipment.
Yeah, Rizzo will actually walk you to the front gates, and you are let on now. Your equipment is returned to you, and nothing is missing or tampered with.
Oh, is he still with us?
At the gates while you're being handed off your stuff, yes.
Hey, General Roselle.
Yes,
Yes.
Miss Brockren?
I have something for you. And then I'm gonna like pull myself up on the backpack and then hold out the black arrow.
Oh, you kept one.
Yep. Only needed one.
Keep hold of it, just in case.
Those are very messy.
Just in case I
by
need
the
it for
way.
Corvus. She nods seriously. Sleeps back in the bag.
He does not reply to that.
All I know, if that's what she used, that made a very.
Should I make an insight check? Because when Corvus receives his cane sword, he's
Yeah.
going to look at Raziel as well.
Yeah, go ahead, make an insight
All right.
check.
What's she? Boop, 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 boop. And sight.
It's a little hard to tell, but it does look like he's taking what she said a bit more seriously than she is.
I should be cackling.
No, it's and he's looking. Is any so the stuff that he sees is all spatial. It's not tied to anything, so it's not like anything's coming off of Raziel when he holds the
Nope.
cane. Okay.
Okay. All right, and you all head on out into the city.
Goodbye, everybody.
Oh,
Bye,
sorry again,
Gifton.
Nice
Yes.
knowing you
as
all.
they're going, Archie's actually gonna whip her and go, "Oh yeah, do you know anywhere I can find a mage in town for like proving lineage?"
Oh yes. Check check the magic item stores. I mean, obviously there are artificers there that might be able to help you. Mages has quite a few scattered out through the city. Honestly, ask around. I'd offer you the services of ours, but well, I've already swung a lot.
Kind of figured. Thank you. And then she'll turn and start leaving.
Right. Okay. So, Cass and Gifton, you're going to start heading on out to one of the exit gates, right?
Yep. Cass is doing a fast trot to get out of the city.
Gifton is sitting in the bottom of the bag, being miserable.
Okay.
Bouncy.
And everyone else?
Unless people don't want me to, I figure. Unless people have other plans, we should probably. Unless someone has other plans, head to the tavern so I can find out what all these are.
I want to get out of this dress, so yes.
Okay.
Head to the tavern, see about selling the items, and I need to get to the library.
Okay.
I can sell items for people. I can.
Which, Carrick, you know we have a big bag of holding full of things that need to get sold, so...
Yeah, that's
Well, I
it.
also know I need to work on some of those too. So
Yeah, you have a job. You're merchant boy.
I have a job. I'm gonna go beat people and counter with my stick and take their money.
And thankfully, as you have been given a location, you can skip the searching for a seller stage of this.
Actually, brings up a question. I know it's a retcon thing, but could we have found for a nice place to sell
Trade
some,
goods.
trade goods from them from the scribble?
I'm going to be mean and say no because they might not know that anyway.
No problem. Perfectly understandable.
Yep.
So
Trade goods are delivered to the military. They don't purchase it.
I mean, someone does.
They go through to the distributor.
Yeah.
Someone writes up a work.
They just don't often sell them back out.
Yeah.
Oh, we're fine. We need to sell this.
Okay. All right. So somebody heading back to the tavern. Anyone heading with Carrick?
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like everybody's going back to the tavern to begin with, so that's my first.
Oh, you're doing that first as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because I figured,
Probably gonna get the bag of stuff.
and I might as well cast the scrolls identify because I might as well start doing all the selling instead of piecemeal.
Okay.
Is there enough scrolls to identify everything?
Yes.
Okay.
And in fact, you'll have 3 left over.
Ooh,
Man, he spoils us.
pile of magic spells I just learned. Technically, oh wait, I'm gonna put one aside. I can learn the ritual eventually. So I'm just gonna pocket 3 extra scrolls.
I know the thief. All right, so you'll get back to the tavern, and you are greeted there by Sigrid, who sort of just waves at yours. You come in, and
Hello again.
morning. You have a good trip in the city?
We had a little appointment we had to
It was
take care of.
interesting.
You're stopping in for lunch, or you heading back out?
It's gonna be a little bit of time, so lunch is probably a good idea, at least for me. I don't know about the others. That's their decision.
I'm probably just going to head with you to the store later, so I may as well eat.
Okay. I don't know if this is a normal thing, or could I be able to take the food up to our room?
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah, do you want a
Thank
proper
you.
meal, or do you want me to make a quick sandwich, love?
Proper meal would be good. I can
Of course.
do that while I'm taking care of other things.
All right, and she sort of nods and smiles, and then sort of turns to face back at the kitchen and goes, "Yeah, Graham.
We need to teach her
Linda!
ethology.
How many of you there? There's Cass, Care.
Cass, Care, the pseudos. So,
Did Cass come back here, or did she just go
No,
straight
Cass
to
is
Cass
the
went
Oh yeah,
off.
Cass is gone.
Yeah.
RG, Corvus,
5 people,
Carrick,
including
And-
the Tin Man who doesn't eat.
And then I don't know if the three of them count as one or if it's 1.5.
You're gonna have to feed
Corvus,
those pseudo-dragons.
Corvus went out to.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No,
I don't know.
Corvus
library,
is
I'm
two.
pretty sure.
Oh,
Oh,
Corvus
yeah.
is two.
you were
I was sure he went there. He went to the library.
Yeah.
No, not
Do the
yet.
pseudo dragons count as a person apiece or half a person apiece? I would actually know.
They're kind of lumping the pseudos and the brownies in together.
Okay.
Yeah. She goes back for Yalgrim to prepare 5 meals, and I'll have them sent up to you, loves.
Okay. Thank you so much. Gone up and.
Going to identify your items.
Yep.
You are able to identify them quite easily and quickly with the scrolls.
What is? Who got the other +3 weapon?
Care got one, and
Oh, that's
Kelly
right. What
got
did
one.
Care? What is Care's anyways?
Longsword.
It was a longsword, and it has shrunk down to his size.
So it's a brownie longsword. Okay.
Yeah.
I was actually curious what he actually chose. So, okay. Okay, I have to ask this. Till they actually take it off for me to identify, or am I literally sitting there holding his arm?
Does Telday?
So arm blade. Does it actually show up as anything specific?
It will show up as a +3 rapier.
Yeah, in that
I was
case.
just more curious if you leave it on yourself to make me identify it that way.
So they would just take it, examine it, and then unsheath the rapier that was in his arm.
Ah, you had one before.
Remove it, put it down, and then pick up the other one and just put it in.
You could technically, if you don't already have a second one, you could use that one for your other arm.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like weapons. So two-handing them wouldn't be a problem. I think.
However, arm blades are attunement, so keep that in mind.
That's
Yeah.
a different story. I forgot
No.
about that.
He's actually going to spend the next hour. Yeah,
Yep,
that sounds right.
attuning yourself to it.
Yeah, that's the
Yep.
thing is.
Which for you is basically tinkering with it to get it into place.
Whereas I'm, after I identify, taking an hour to attune to my staff.
Okay.
I also left you a nice +1 then.
I actually have a +1, so I'm good with that.
I mean, that means you could two-hand
plus
him.
1 arm blade.
Well, it's an arm blade, so I can't use it.
It's in the pile of, hey, look at things that can
Yeah, I
now
can-
be sold.
So, yeah.
Well, I can sell it for you because it is still yours.
Yeah,
So-
you're gonna have a fucking merchant going, what do I do with this?
Military term.
Well, we could cut off your arm and give you a prosthetic.
Right, a little bit into it, your food is brought up to you, and you're able to eat as you're identifying stuff and attuning. And elsewhere, you're heading out the gates. Cass and Gifton. Cass, you're able to trot along at a good speed, which is actually going to reduce the time of this journey a little bit. As you head on out the city gates and past the outer buildings, you start passing by farmland after it. And then after the farmland, you start to see just hills and little spots of wooded area. Nothing fast or wide, but it does feel a bit more sparse on the road out here. Now, are you going out in silence? Is this a sort of sullen, worried thing, or are you guys going to chatter on your way?
Are we there yet? Cass?
Oh no. What's happened to Cass?
Cass, are you okay?
Are you muted, Toby? Are you there?
Here's the latter part.
So Toby's dead.
All right.
Long live Toby.
Sorry, Sammy. We'll come back to you in a second then.
Goodbye.
All right, Carrick.
Yes.
After tuning, you are finished with your meal. You've done all your identifying. You're able to head on out if you want.
Okay. What time roughly is it?
Oh, I'd
Time,
say
time.
it's about after
Is it within-
after your tuning and identifying. It's about 1 p.m.
Okay, so it's still plenty of time to. I wanted to make sure it wasn't close to like store time because
No.
I don't want to stores. So can we do, even though Cassiopeia is not here, can we do a radio chat with her, convert to Gifted so that we can actually sell the ring? Is that okay by the GM? Because it's
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I figured that way.
I gave full permission to sell the ring.
Yeah. Well, I was figured if I could get a hold of you, I might as well get.
I mean, you can bust Kaz's radio and Gifton can answer it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say sell the ring.
Okay. Who Gifton wants me to sell hers. Does anyone else want theirs sold for the money I can get for them?
Yeah. Yeah, you might as well sell the horn.
Okay.
We'll sell the cold walking stick, I suppose.
Pick up Preach Corvus.
No.
So I think that's free. But Telday, would you like me to sell your old weapon for you?
It would be unnecessary to keep.
Okay.
It would be better to sell.
Okay. Did we have anything in the list that was magic besides that?
We have a bunch of tentacle parts that technically should be sold to a mage place. The ice stocks. We have dragon turtle plastron, which we're not gonna be able to use for a while. Manticore cloak. I think all the other miscellaneous magic items we got, we're kind of probably just gonna keep to play with.
Okay, so we're keeping the potions, the +2, the oil, all that type of stuff.
We have 3 dragon turtle plastron, 1 dragon turtle shell shard, which would make that +3 shield.
+3 shield.
I think we should keep, but I could also see selling it. So, but we do have 8 eye stalks, and honestly, it's going to be 5 levels or something like that before we can even craft those. And I think we might just want to sell them.
Okay,
I'm going to easier in the long run.
I mean, Corvus will want to keep one of those.
Well, we could sell 7 of them. Which one?
The holder.
Which one do you want to keep?
Which ones are there, Dan?
Let me get the list back up.
As a note, you will have to tune as a spellcaster to use them.
No.
Yeah, but he will in like 5 levels be an actual spellcaster, so because he's going to be multi-classing. So there's charming, paralyzing, slowing, enervation, telekinetic, sleep, petrification, and death. So pick
petrification
one.
And death.
That's 2. You're going to keep 2 of them?
2 of them, yeah.
Okay, so I will put down that we are going to sell 6 of 8. And we will keep petrification and death.
We're keeping the one we discussed destroying completely.
Yeah, we thought about just getting rid of that one. I honestly thought slowing or paralyzing would be more tasty just for options to take people alive.
Okay, I'm going to grab the rest of the stuff and head on over to our...
Okay.
The place that was described to us.
Wait, so did these spell scrolls get identified and...
Oh yeah,
that's the planar.
Yes.
The planar one.
Yeah.
I'm not there. I'm not there to bitch about that planar thing. So what do you want to do? Planar binding. You would be the one who figures out what it is, Carrick. It is a scroll of planar binding. You can use it to force a fae or an angel or a fiend or something like that under your control.
There is currently only one person who can cast it.
Yes.
That we know of.
Yep.
Look over at Telday.
Oh no!
Oh no?
I don't want him to be able to cast that on me. That makes day 9 really complicated.
Alright. So this is going to be up to your purview, Carrick, because Gifton's not there and anything. So,
would you be telling any of the rest of us?
Yes.
I'm going to talk to Urgie about it because she is the leader.
All right, we'll talk to her.
Go.
So Urgie, we might have an issue.
What's up?
That scroll that was in the pile.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically the spell lets you bind things like celestials, elementals, or fays or fiends to your will for about a day.
That sounds particularly horrifying.
Yeah. At least from what I can tell, I can't do anything with it. Telday could, but with us having a Fae and working for one of the others, I don't know if having it around is a good idea at all. If
Should we
someone gets
burn
hold
it?
of it, we can.
I mean, I'm for it.
Okay. Out of character, especially for the GM, just because things aren't always the same for two worlds. Is boarding a magical scroll do anything bad? Like, is this going to cause...
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Hmm.
15.
You've read that they can have a bit of a magical outlash severity depending on the particular spell, how strong it is.
With that roll, do I know of a safe way to dispose of?
No.
What was that?
There was a no.
You do realize we could probably ask Grizel to help us get rid of it.
Yes. Burning it would actually probably be a bad idea. They tend to lash out. Maybe talk to our benefactor a little bit about it and see if he can dispose of it.
I think then, we'll talk to him about it when we get the chance.
I'm gonna good.
Until then, like, Karen know what it does, and tell him to tell Gifton. Nobody else.
Would you want to hold on to it?
I trust.
Okay. Okay. So that is off the table. I think that is the last of the... Where's my scroll bar? I think that was all of the magic-y stuff for now. Because the light snuffer went to Corvus.
Mm-hmm.
The armor's been taken care of. I think that's everything. Okay. Did you want to go with me, RG, to take care of selling? We'll start with the magic stuff, and then the other stuff's going to take a lot longer. So we got to go to a lot of different places.
I need to talk on there. So.
Okay. Well, let's go find the place.
I will come with you as well. Let me just pack a few things first.
Okay.
Corvus is just packing up his father's book and his other oddities that are in his haversack. But he will accompany RG and Carrick to the shop.
Okay.
All right. So, what about you, Telday? Are you sticking around? You going with them?
I will volunteer to assist in any manner that they so wish.
Part of me wants them to go reinforce the...
Well, if you'd like to come with us, Telday, by all means, come on.
Okay. All right. So,
do I need to keep
holding
this box?
No, you can put the box down.
You might want him to put the box someplace away. It's full of all the money.
Did he have the box full of money?
Yes, he took. I told him to take the box full of money.
Okay. Let's...
I think on the interview period, we would have taken that from at some point.
It's heavy.
It's been like a couple hours, so we probably would have had, put it someplace in a room safe.
Yeah, he had to tinker with the tuning thing anyways.
Yeah.
By the way, there are 3,000 gold pieces each for you in the box, including for care.
Care.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, 3,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
I'm going to remember to change those out before we leave for something else. Okay. gonna gather up all the.
Actually, save 300 platinum just to make it a little easier on you guys.
All right.
Oh, I like having 3,000 gold bitten,
I
and I'm
like-
still under my weight capacity.
I like to
bottom.
think that my good friend wouldn't have laden me with that many gold coins as a dick move.
Here, take a house of gold
He
coins.
might have for comedy value.
He might.
I mean,
have,
honestly,
he is
40
kind of a
flat
dick.
might count too.
I'll
All
stay.
copper.
I'll stay here and keep an eye on the dragons.
Thank you, Care. Don't forget to take your and Gifton's
Would
part
you
of the.
mind
money.
leaving that? And he's actually going to motion at the radio box.
There should be one on
RG has.
Dingus.
Yes, but he wants to be able to actually communicate directly. He's worried about you.
Oh.
I think that can be arranged if RG's okay with it.
Yeah. Or do you actually take the thing, detach it? Because I'm assuming more than likely she has it kind of attached to the outside of the haversack. She's going to take and put down, set up for him, and just pop off one of the extra stones for herself.
You take the one off Dingus because that's the only
Yeah.
extra.
Yeah,
Yeah, because there's just enough for the group.
it will be safe.
Yeah, well, we'll be back hopefully soon.
And you head on out towards the store.
Yes.
Right, zooming over to the other pair.
Are we there yet?
Alright, you have passed farmland, you have gone past hills, you seem to be walking past a bunch of old foresty areas now, and the road seems very, very sparse and empty.
Cass?
Cass is going to be taking as little time as possible. She's hauling. Yes.
Are you okay?
Little winded. Long run. All good.
No, I mean, are you okay?
I am hale and healthy.
What is happening?
She's trying to. She is on an emotional level, and Cass isn't
What is
responding.
happening?
What is happening?
Sword.
Your sword is talking
Oh.
to you.
Lord.
We're dealing with a situation.
Oh, what?
The air feels strange.
I'm talking to Michael.
Oh,
Yeah, we're near Winden. I don't know what's going on.
tell
but
Michael that we're gonna try and heal her. Make the owie go away.
we're going to someplace that
We're gonna
may
get the
help.
pain to go away. Michael can't hear me. Can you tell Michael?
Can you not feel it growing?
Well, just hold on, and we'll be there shortly. And Cass is going to pick up even a little bit more speed.
Right. You've been running for a bit over an hour now. Another 10 minutes sort of goes by, and then you start to see something off in the sort of hills to your left. You can see some strange stone outcroppings poking up above hilltops.
And Cass is going to peel off road to go there.
Okay.
Ah! Your shock absorbers suck.
You should have been riding up top.
No, I didn't want to see the city.
Cass is
And-
going to slow down before we get there and let Gifton out while we're out of the city.
Oh, great! There's trees and grass. I like this. Oh, are we right before the stone circle now?
As Cass comes over a hill, there is suddenly a sort of open plain. You see grass sort of growing around these big stone structures. It's definitely a circular arrangement, perhaps about 30 feet from center to edge. So 60-foot circle, you know. And they are incredibly worn stones. The only thing that really implies they were put here deliberately being the arrangement itself. There's no carvings or anything on them. Some tower higher than others. There are some gaps that are wider than others amongst them, but it's definitely a circular arrangement.
I think we're here.
All right, well, 1 second. Let me take a precaution. I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy really quick, and then I'm casting Speaks with Animals. Excuse me, anything in the area you really want to clear out? It's just get out of here now.
Okay, Cass, you hear the cawing of what sounds like some kind of corvid, crows or ravens. What you hear, Gifton, is "Shut up!"
Well, screw you too.
Screw you too.
Oh, that's the
no.
perfect vessel.
Okay, Cass. I tried to warn them out of the area, but I don't really think they're gonna.
However, you do see a flock of to be wooden pigeons sort of take off from a tree, heads flying away. Bit of ruffling.
You probably ought to tell Michael before we do it.
Well, we're here now, so...
Yeah, but...
Michael? Tempest? Michael? We're going into the stone circle, and it may get you free of the sword.
Ooh, give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Massive freak out.
Wisdom saving throw, wisdom.
Nice.
Ooh.
Right, you feel that something jolts through your body as Michael tries to assert control, and you feel that ache of your muscles as your body really wants to just turn away and leave, but you power through it and fight it down.
Tell her it's gonna be okay. We're gonna be with her. It's gonna be all right.
This is me. I am this. This is my purpose.
You are not.
We are better together like this, I wouldn't mind. Turn away.
You're family. And steel shards don't leave each other behind. And Cass is going to walk into the circle.
I am no shot and steel. Turn around.
Shot and steel.
Is it Michael
Quick,
Steelshod?
Quick, give the sword a hug.
Alright, so
I'm gonna
move into the circle.
I'll start following because I don't know if I'm supposed to come in or not. I'm going with you.
Are you pulling the sword out or not?
Not yet. I'm waiting until we're inside, and then...
Alright, would the both of you please... are you going in as well? Just the noise staying out.
I'm going to go with her.
Would the both of you please give me a perception check?
I don't know how I feel about this. I'm not good.
Okay, so you step in and the air feels a little strange, a bit tingly, but nothing else much you notice. And
if the air's a bit tingly, would it be wrong for me to want a divine sense?
It's up to you.
I kind of feel like I want a divine sense.
That's your judgment.
I do this every time anything's weird, so I'm doing it.
Okay. You divine sense. Mm-hmm.
It probably isn't doing anything, but I do it.
Let me see. Oh yeah. This seems to be consecrated ground.
The ground's consecrated here, so that's nice.
Yep.
And as you step into the middle of the circle, that tingling sensation grows stronger and stronger.
Is there a central podium?
There's nothing. It's bare ground in the middle of this.
Okay. Then Cass is going to move towards the center and pull the scabbard off her side and draw the sword and set it on the ground.
As you draw the sword, before you even get to set it on the ground, there is a deafening peal of thunder as you both see this lightning surge from the sword to these stone pillars. And Cass, your entire body seizes up as it is racked with this electrical energy.
Cass!
It's fine.
And just as she starts to say that, Cass, suddenly you are standing elsewhere.
What?
You look around and it seems to be nighttime here. There are trees towering above you. And you look around in confusion.
Yeah. Cass is doing that horse circle looking around.
And as you do your little circle, you see two figures standing out in the open, seemingly unaware of your presence. One, a raven-haired woman, wearing what looks to be armor, carrying a sword at her side. The other, a young gentleman, long blonde hair running down his back, carrying a lance in similar armor. And you see her talking to him, and she goes, I don't care what your plans are now. I will have no part of them, Raziel. And the blonde gentleman goes, come on, we fought together. We were side by side. I'm just asking you to do it again once more. And she goes, how do you even remember that? We were cast out. Don't even know for what. And you're asking me to do it again? We were lucky to survive. I'm going to have no part of this. Find your own pawns. And she steps away from him. And suddenly, everything shifts again, Cass. You are in a familiar location. Your little hometown. Only a lot of the buildings seem newer than you remember them. Roofs are a little more intact. And you hear a familiar voice behind you. Your mother's voice going.
Ears go straight up. She kind of cringes a little bit and turns around.
And just a short while, and you'll get me everything I need. And there she is, your mother, looking a little younger, a little leaner than you remember her, talking to that same raven-haired woman. It's just a short time I need out of this failing meat suit. And you can see that that raven-haired woman looks so much older now. There are clear lines on her face, her hair starting to fade. And she looks positively unhealthy. So, I will give you the power you need. And you will just give me a short ride while I await another host. And you see your mother hesitating before she reaches her hand out. And they shake and there is a flash of light. And then there's another lovely little change of scenery as you find yourself on a battlefield. Your mother on the ground, seemingly struggling to stand, as a figure approaches her. That same blonde-haired figure that you heard referred to as Raziel. Michael, I know you're in there. Time to come out. I need your help. Things have gotten so much worse than you know. And your mother spits in his direction. No. It's here. I can feel it. Just over the hill. My perfect host. She's led me here, and I'm going to be free of you. And no more interference, no more of your stupid games. And you see this figure look a little disappointed as he moves over and kneels beside her. Please, I'm just asking you to give me a chance. And you see your mother's face grin. Chance? No, you're my chance. I'm fit and whole. It's going to be all over for you. I'm going to be home again. And you can rot wherever they decide to put you. I'm not going to be part of a second rebellion. I will be loyal this time round. And you see this figure's face fall a bit as he pulls a strange-looking blade from his back. And then the scene shifts again. and you are in what seems to be a forge. Literally inside of it. It is hard to perceive what is going on around you. You can't move. Your very essence seems to be on fire. You scream, but nobody hears you as things hammer away and tear you apart repeatedly again and again and again. And then you're back in the stone circle, the surge of electricity leaving you. Gifton, it seemed to scant 5 seconds. Cass was sitting there shuddering as this lightning coursed through her. And then there is a surge of light and heat as suddenly in the circle, towering above you, is this immense figure. You guess vaguely humanoid, but it's incandescent, hard to focus on. You can see glowing wings wrapped around its own form, 4 of them, while 2 more jut out behind it, ever so wide. It towers above you, taller than most buildings you've seen, at least 3 stories. And you see the ground beneath you being scorched, the grass burning away, the mud drying up immediately beneath it.
And Cass is just looking up at Michael.
Mom.
Even with this kinetic protection you seem to have, that heat is intense. It feels like it should be burning you far more than it is, but you definitely feel it. And this figure seems to be sporting 3 heads. One vaguely humanoid, another looks more like a lion's head. There's some kind of bird of prey there, perhaps an eagle. And all 6 eyes look down at you.
What?
For ill or woe or hope and dreams, I release you from the blade, Michael, the fury of the storm.
And there is a deafening noise as the 3 mouths open, not even seeming to move beyond that. It's very, very similar to when Rick Beale talked to Gifton, except so much more intense. Even for you, it's nearly overwhelming, and I need both of you to make me a con save.
Oop.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm. Gifton? Is Sammy there?
I've been muted this whole time and I was yammering away. That's sad.
Oh, done.
Yeah. Okay. I basically was like, Michael, are you okay? Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend an inspiration on this because I just stole one from the party.
Also, the question, since we didn't hear anything, who's Shield of Faith going on?
I that's part of what you didn't hear. Is as I said, when Michael appeared, I was throwing Shield of Faith up on Cassie reflexively because she's my friend and I love her.
Right. Gifton, it hurts, but you persevere through it. Cassie, while you can still hear the words, they drive you to your knees, which is great for a centaur. I do not even know the beginnings of the fury and the tempest. It is a kindness I am showing now that you tried to show me, that I am not wiping everyone out here and now. I will have my revenge for what he did to me.
Cass is going to stop. You can have your revenge, but we need your help. And she's getting back to her feet, back to her hooves,
Cassie.
and staring straight up at her. There are things worse coming.
Cassie.
And we need every person, every being that we can get to save everyone. Because if we fail,
Cassie.
we end. There is no afterlife for me. There is no afterlife for Gifton. There is no afterlife for
Cassie!
anyone. What?
No!
No?
No. Let her go. She's
Her
been
choice
through
in the
enough.
end.
She's been through enough.
I will give you this warning, daughter. And that word is said almost with contempt. Do not be near the liar when the fury of the heavens rains down on him. And she vanishes.
I'm sorry,
And Cass
Cass.
just stops. Cass just stops and kneels down and lies in the grass.
Come on. You gotta get back.
Oh, Cass lays down. There is no grass anymore. There is ash
Scorched earth.
and scorched earth. Strange enough, this seems to extend only to the edge of the pillars. You can see they're blackened on the inside, but there is a perfect circle of untouched grass lining them.
I'm sorry, Cass. We can't risk it.
And Gifton?
Hmm?
Cass is actually actively crying.
It's okay. Let it out. Just let it out. I'm gonna go over and kind of pat Centauric. This is the worst combination of people to be together for this.
Yeah. Cass, as you let your emotions run, what are you feeling?
She honestly, at this point, isn't angry. It's as if the rage has fled her. She's kind of despondent because the last person in her who could feasibly be her family is gone and is actually actively against her.
Are you sad?
Oh yeah,
So
she's almost completely destroyed.
So you said you're letting go of that anger, just giving in to the sadness.
Yep.
Right.
There's one little bit that's lying in there. And Cass is standing up. Is the sword still there?
Yep.
She's grabbing the sword and pulling it out, grabbing the sword off the ground.
The sword seems
What's
to.
that?
The sword now seems to be blank. Its inscription gone.
The fury and the storm are against us. All we have now is hope.
And there is a feeling inside as that rage that you've tried to get a handle on every day now subsided perhaps more than it ever has in your life. And that little glimmer of it just a calm in the storm of sadness and, well, despair. It suddenly feels a whole lot more easier to understand. You can feel that spark and you know how to direct it, both in rage and without. You can feel that power coursing through you, calmer now, but spreading further with that calm.
Cass, when I'm gone, when I'm gone, Cass, can you make sure somebody good gets my bow?
You're not going to be gone.
If it happens.
We're not going to let it.
I'm much too stubborn to go easy. You know what they say? Hope is hard to kill, right?
It is, and we're going...
We don't talk about it, but
No.
please, you'll find somebody that can use it right if that happens, okay? That'll make me feel better.
If it comes down to that, I will find the perfect person for it.
Thank you.
But right now, we need to get back, and I saw everything that happened.
Was it true?
He put her in the sword.
She frowns.
He tried several times to get her on his side, and she is fixated on getting back. Though,
Fear
say
and
this.
anger are dangerous things.
Cass has this weird, wiry smile on her face, even though she's still crying. He looked better as a blonde.
I think one thing that I'd really like to deal with right now, that you're the only person that'll understand. How effing tall is Raziel? Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to look at him right. Oh. I like him
So
better
much
with the
there.
blue eyes.
There's so much here to unpack.
But you only took a sword.
Alright,
But-
so I'll get in the backpack and we'll start heading back, but we'll
Yep.
take whatever time we need.
Okay. And Toby? Oh, Cass is not likely to realize it until she rages again. Your vestige is now awakened.
Oh, cool.
Congrats, man.
It's not the sword the power comes from.
Psst, it's you.
Oh,
Okay. And you leave the stone circle behind, scorched. Wait until Raziel tells you she's only that short because of the circle containing her.
Oh my god, don't tell Gifted that!
we need to make sure Gifted knows this.
Right. Okay. Back in the city. You'll make your way to the magical affairs. It's not too hard to find the directions. It's clearly signposted out outside the shop.
Thank God for labels.
Yes. And you head on in. Corvus is sticking with them, or you heading to the library?
I'm sticking for them.
Okay. So the chime at the top of the door jingles as you head on in, and immediately you do see an array of shelves carrying seems to be an array of scrolls, books, and such behind locked glass cases.
Okay.
And behind the counter, you can see that there are sort of odd assortment of items hanging on walls and such. Seems to be bags, sheathed weaponry, just random staves, and so on. And as the bell jingles, from out back comes a looks like to be a little halfling gentleman.
Hello, sir.
Afternoon.
We were told by the Scrabble at technically is still Garrison here out of character? Or is that the proper term, or is this where the military base is? That's something. What would you describe that?
Citadel.
I would describe it as the military HQ, the military academy, various things.
The military HQ directed us that we could possibly sell some surplus items here, maybe to you.
Oh, what do you got?
We have quite a bit, and we're going to start laying them out to kind of show, because it's a lot to describe.
He vanishes briefly as he moves behind his desk, it obscuring him, and then he seems to step up into something, so he's looking over the counter. And, all right, let's see what you got here. And he actually pulls out a little wand.
It's not going to be a fire.
And as you place the items out, he starts waving it over them. Right, are you aware of what you got?
Yes, sir. Some of them are more for crafting items than items themselves. I'm not sure if those would be of use to you. Or if
I'm afraid I don't deal in crafting items.
Okay. We'll find another place to take care of those. And he's going to slide the eyes and
Yeah, no raw materials. I'll take intact magical goods and mild repairs needed. If the runes are worn on something, I can fix that up, but I'd rather not.
I think
broken
everything
goods.
We have here is in good condition. Only thing that actually we've used is this. He pulls the arm blade over. This is the one that we've personally used as a group.
And as his wand goes over stuff, he suddenly stops, whistles through his teeth, and you have permission to be carrying stuff like this?
Yes, sir. We received these actually from the military.
Can I see your tags, please?
Pull out the platinum.
Arjo pull out theirs as well.
Corvus will do the same.
And he pulls out a different one this time, and he reaches out and he actually taps your little tags with it, and they suddenly glow brightly.
This is new. I think we didn't have this happen to us the previous time.
You've never seen this happen, no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right. You're legit.
Yes.
Right. So you're looking to part with all of this?
Yes, sir. We are.
Right. What is the complete list of what you're selling?
Staff of Frost.
If you can paste it into the chat.
Yeah.
Written as part of it.
You want it in Discord or
In
Roll20
Roll20.
chat? Okay.
Gifton may have it.
I'm brief characters.
I am actually typing it by hand because I don't have a way that I can copy and paste because it's actually.
Oh, piece of paper in front of you.
I'm typing some of it for you, Blackie. Six beholder eye stalks.
The crafting stuff we can't do anything.
Oh, we can't do it. Okay, but the Manticore cloak, we can be able to sell that because I made that.
I thought that had to be. Oh, that's actually crafted. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually crafted. I crafted that. So
Okay, that one I thought we still
Manticore cloak, and then you just need the magic items. I have those. One sec. I have them on my.
6
card.
of the 8.
No, we're not selling the. We're not selling. He can't take the crafting items. He said.
Oh.
So, it's Ring of Shooting Stars.
That's the one I was missing.
Staff of Frost.
Is it really bad that was actually the one I was missing? Was the ring?
Rod of Pact Keeper, and that's it.
Okay. Alright, so he looks over the stuff and he actually seems fairly dismissive of the Manticore's cloak. He just shakes his head. These, however, I can give you a good, let's call it 20,000 gold each.
Gonna kind of pick them up and they're in pretty good condition. Don't seem to have any damage on them, any repairs needed.
Is this where you want to make a persuasion check?
Yep, I was actually hitting the button.
Right. He squints at you a little bit, looks at the items, sort of gestures his hand for the rod.
Corvus is going to make a note. We are the Tarnstead training company, and it may be something about that may be beneficial to you.
He just gives you an odd look. I don't really deal with most trading companies. I deal with the military.
I don't think
We're not known outside the military yet, so
You are handing the rod over?
when you're supposed to put, you talking about the rod of the Pact Keeper?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
He seems to inspect it a bit closer, muttering beneath his breath, and he glances up at you. And give an insight check, please.
he just realized.
Anyone that wishes to.
He just realized that's a +3.
I don't know.
Oh, Jesus.
Carrot,
Okay.
Telde.
Carrick, Telde, Corvus.
Mm-hmm.
I like how we've gotten 2 crits.
On insight, yeah,
The opposite ends.
Okay. Corvus and RG just looks like he's giving Carrick a sort of wary look. Telde and Carrick yourself, he's definitely trying to figure out if you are actually aware of the item's true value and quality, and the falling look on his face, he seems to be sure that you are. And he sighs, all right, look, 60,000 gold pieces each.
Jesus Christ.
That sounds appropriate, sir. We're more than happy to take that for each one.
All right.
And we will make sure that we come to your wonderful establishment here for any purchases we need to make.
Oh, yes, please do. Bring me my gold back. And
How does he have 240,000 gold?
this is what I was about to just go into. He sighs a bit and goes, I'll need to go to the bank.
I just robbed.
Arjun actually put up a hand and go, I'll be honest, I know a couple of things I want to get if you want to take it out of my total.
His eyes glance between a lot of you before he shakes his head. Frankly, I'd rather get it done now. All right, you hold here. Don't touch anything. I will know.
No problem, sir. Are we allowed to look around your items that you have out?
Look,
while you're
no
gone?
touch, and they're going into the back room. It will be quite deadly if you do.
Absolutely.
And he's going to sigh, mutter a few incantations to himself, and he vanishes.
I don't know if anyone else actually have a shopping list besides RG and me, aka
I do.
Hellday
but
or
I'm not there.
Corvus. The other 2 aren't here.
I don't, because I didn't expect to cash in ridiculously.
Welcome to the life of me.
Well, technically, you're not cashing in that much, Telde.
Oh, we have one more. Actually, there's one more.
The
His arm blade.
arm blade.
Oh yeah, the arm blade's only a
I don't
plus
know.
1 though.
Yeah, I don't see that's a +1 in an already magic item, so I don't know how that falls.
And it's an arm blade that's only designed for Warforged.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Yeah, and
We may just have to kind of pocket that for later.
you only get about 5 minutes to look around before he returns. Seeming to actually walk in the front door this time. And
You took a spell.
yeah, he glances at you all and goes, "All right, come back tomorrow."
Absolutely, sir. I am guessing he is keeping the items.
He does seem to be moving as if he's keeping the items, but he's writing out some receipts.
Yeah, Corvus was about to ask.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. Especially,
it takes a little bit to get those funds moved, both figuratively and literally.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
I have a question since we had a little bit of time to look around, not a huge amount.
Mm-hmm.
Would we be able to find a variety of stuff like shift weave and stuff here?
Anything that is uncommon and below, you can find without any issue.
Okay, you just have to
rare
roll the
items, you will have a bonus to roll for finding, and will not require search time.
Okay.
Very rare and above, you will actually have to follow the standard rules for finding.
Okay, so basically uncommon and lower, we just roll price.
Yeah.
Where the hell did my pen go?
Over there.
Stuck it back where it belongs. And then rare, we're getting a bonus. The higher than rare.
Yeah.
We're just rolling normally.
Which a little tip, he's going to make you come back tomorrow because we're going to handle this during downtime.
I figured.
Yeah.
I'm just writing down the notes for myself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right, so you are able to leave. He hands you a few more receipts and just sort of leans on the counter and goes, anything else?
RG needs to do her thing.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
RG, don't you have a question for the man?
Yes. Do you have a way of magically testing someone's lineage?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I'll have to check out back.
lineage to lineage us.
And he hops down again, and he vanishes for a few moments. You can hear sort of rummaging about before he. And he's gone for about 10 minutes. Anything you want to do in that 10 minutes?
I'm just going to start looking around.
Yeah, just kind of look at things, check around. That's about it.
And
he's also pulling the 2 brooches and just moving them into a pocket.
He comes back out holding what looks like to be a long tube with a gem set in the center, and on each end of the tube a upturned bowl. And it's got a sort of base under the bottom of it so it stays upright. But he sets this down on his desk and goes, "Yeah, drop of blood in each end. He'll see if there's relation."
Okay, I have to have blood from the other people as well.
Mm-hmm. But
Check.
how else would you check?
This is not Ancestry.com.
She doesn't know this shit, man. She barely knows magic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think any of us know this.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have a random inkling, but I'm not even going to try that because that's probably outside of my wheelhouse. So,
You know, it's like, well, I don't need blood from the ones I was hoping to check because they're my parents and they're dead. But, and she pulled the 2 brooches.
Any
and
other
go,
relatives? It should be good for a
Yes,
few
but that gets
generations
complicated.
removed.
Yes, but that's where it gets complicated.
Oh, this is one of the best methods around.
I mean, it gets complicated to actually be able to talk to them for it.
Well, I can't advise you to do anything other than that. He says, staring at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is just offering you a service. You have to supply your own noble people.
Mm-hmm.
guess
The-
we're supposed to go find them and stab them and find
Yeah,
the blood.
Prove, but only.
I apologize for wasting your time right now. I will do my best to come up with the method for it. I didn't know what it took. I was just told I had to get this done.
Well, are you interested in the item?
Oh, yeah, I'll take it. I didn't know it was a bite. I thought it was just offering the service here.
It's 20,000 gold pieces, please.
That's a bit more than I have.
That may be discussed tomorrow. Actually,
that
there was
might be-
one more
That might be for tomorrow.
item. Actually, I not sure if you'll actually be able to do anything with this. It's a little bit more out of the box. Telday, can you hand me your old item?
Yes, I'll buy that.
No, he's not for sale. It's something he has. Telday, can you hand me that old weapon of yours, please?
Hands it to you.
Okay.
Smartly facing the blade towards Tilda.
I'll definitely buy a Warforge. I've always wanted one. I just heard about them last week.
Designed for
These.
others like him, from what I understand. I couldn't figure out a way to use it for myself, so I didn't figure it'd actually be something you'd want to purchase. But I figured I'd ask since you're in.
I can't offer you a lot for it. I'm basically going to harvest the energy from it and break it down.
Gonna look back at Telday and see if that's okay with him.
We may want to see if the military wishes to require my equipment.
That's a good point. We will discuss it, I guess, another possible day, sir. He has a good point. You don't want to make the military mad at us, as you probably know well.
No, I don't know that well. I've never gotten on the bad side. Right.
That seems
Is that it?
unlikely.
Yes, for
You
today.
seem unlikely.
That is correct.
And he just nods at that.
God, the dwarfs in this setting. Wait, was it a gnome or dwarf?
Dwarf, it's a halfling.
Oh, that makes it even worse. That explains so much. I don't care.
Well, I will be at the library if there's any need of myself. Have a good day, everyone.
I'm gonna turn and in halfling because I can speak it. Thank you, sir. We will see you tomorrow.
Pardon?
Doesn't respond, doesn't know halfling.
Great.
You will see me in bone marrow?
We will see you tomorrow, sir. It's coming this time.
It's Mira Moore, not Mira Ann.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm a little out of date. It's been since Tarnstead burned since I've used it.
Yeah. Oh, let's see you tomorrow then.
Yes, and
Have a good day.
And he sort of grumbles, taking the apparatus off of these what do you call it, countertop, and into the back room.
RG.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking for the rest of the supplies, it's gonna take multiple trips, probably to different places. Might be a good idea to do it over a couple days so we don't have to rush since we've got some time here for now.
Mm.
Out of character. That's the idea of trying to get this done during downtime.
Yeah. All right.
So.
Okay. So, Corvus, you head off to the library. The rest of you, you're heading back to the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to head back for two reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to head back, and it's a good idea to get to do sales, and I'm going to pull out some of my parchment and start making a list of everything we have that we're planning on selling, like a physical written list so that we can...
Oh,
No.
you mean like this thing Sam has in an Excel document ready,
No,
waiting for
yes.
me to go?
But we don't have it in character.
Yes, in character, you
Yes.
are the one who's doing
Yes.
the bookkeeping.
Yes, so in character,
Okay.
I'm going to start going through...
Make a ledger.
Since-
Make a ledger.
Yep, basically.
All right. You'll head on back to the tavern. Corvus.
Mm-hmm.
You head through the streets, making your way to the library. Yeah, gotta ask a couple of directions at one point because it's a very big city. But eventually, you see it. It is definitely a grand building. About 4 stories to itself. Very, very wide. Very well kept as well. Wonderful wooden and stonework sort of intertwining. And just a big set of oaken doors in its little courtyard.
Proceed to the doors. If they're not locked, open them. If they are, not.
Right, so you push on the doors, and yeah, they do creak open. You do have to push quite a bit as they are very heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But as you move on in, you see a looks to be the atypical librarian behind the desk, glancing up at you. He looks fairly elderly. He's short grey hair. Looks like he's balding. Squinting at you over a pair of large glasses. Can I help you, sir?
Yes. I was hoping to conduct some study research, if that is allowed.
Oh, certainly. Do you have your membership card?
No.
You are a member?
I am not. I am an adventurer.
An adventurer.
So, yes.
Well, if you want access to the Grand Library of Wyndon, and he sort of takes off his glasses and sets them down on the desk, there is a membership fee.
Mm-hmm.
To be paid yearly.
What did you say?
To be paid yearly.
Okay.
It's 500 gold pieces.
Okay.
Are you able to pay?
It has all access to what you have in here.
Full access. None of the books are to leave the library or their wings.
Of course. We'll reach into his haversack and look at a bag. Pour it out a bit. Start counting.
And he is giving you such a dirty look as you pull his coins out onto your countertop.
He's not loud about it.
I feel it's more because you're an adventurer pouring coins onto his countertop.
There we go. 500.
Yes, and he takes the pile of coins, and you see him sort of take one beneath the desk, and you hear a drawer open, and he seems to be peering down at it with some item beneath the desk. The priest sighs reluctantly and, okay, sir. Yeah, and he fills out a little card that he hands you. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
A few things. I practice medical procedures, and learning more about it is always at my forefront. But also, I guess, arcane studies, more interesting knowledge of histories and stuff. Like,
Are you, when you say arcane studies, are you looking for actual spell work or just history on them?
history, manipulations, stuff like that.
Manipulations?
I'm trying to get a handle on what magic is. I'm not skilled in it, and I don't really have much of a background.
Right. Well, you won't find anything of practical application, not without some certification from the government.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want history, and he's going to lean across the counter slightly, you want to go into the West Wing, 3rd floor. Ask for help there. As for medical studies, you'll want to head into the West Wing, the 1st floor, row 5A.
And what about religious material? Not church related, but just the I don't know, broad sections, I suppose.
It gives you a very tired look. I recommend you pursue all of our religious documents and tomes in the West Wing, 4th floor. There's quite a few shelves. I'm sure you'll find something of interest.
Good. And he looks actually quite amused with himself of having all of this available to him now. Contrary to what this guy may be looking.
You will find on each floor a set of drawers. They will have cards in them. Do you know how to use said cards to find what you're looking for? They're references.
I believe I can manage that.
Alright, good. Right, any damage you cause will, of course, you'll be expected to pay for.
Understandable.
No food or drink.
Okay.
And he looks at you, and you can tell he really doesn't want you to be in here. But he just sighs again and sort of motions you away. Go on then.
All right. Is there any individuals that can assist, like an understudy of sorts?
Yes. Go to where I told you to go. There are people there.
Oh, excellent. Have a good one, sir.
And he
And
just
he
shakes his
kind
head.
of looks up and starts wandering away.
All right. Okay.
Great.
Right.
That's our absent-minded professor.
So, Cass and Gifton.
Yep.
Are you making the same sort of speed back home, or are you going a bit slower?
I don't really have a choice.
Cass
doing
wants
the
to be
sad
as
walk?
done with the circle as possible, so she's charging back.
Okay. All right. It's a little over an hour before you're back in the city. You're easily able to make your way back to the tavern. Guard saw you came out, so they don't check you back in. And yeah, you're able to head into the tavern. You see the familiar face of the barkeep in there. Just seems to be talking to a couple of patrons. Gives you an idle wave as you come. Your friends are already up in their rooms.
Oh, they are? That's great. Can I get a round of drinks on me?
For and she sort of waves her hand around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, certainly. I'll put it on a tab. Yeah.
Nah. However much is it?
For everyone, I'll just call it a gold piece, love.
She'll put
And
down.
I'll keep them.
She'll put down 2 gold pieces and go.
I'll keep them coming for the night. You look like you need it. Is everything all right, dears?
It's gonna be fine.
Okay. Right, and she looks actually legitimately concerned, but she grabs some flagons from beneath the bar, and she actually seems to go to a rather nice cask.
Yeah, I'm gonna toss down like 2 or 3 gold. I'm gonna toss down 3 gold coins and then go. I'm gonna go check on my husband, and I'm gonna fade pamp away.
Okay.
Wait, isn't Pamf?
I don't know.
Poof?
That's a poof. Yeah.
Can you also let Kara know I'd like to talk to him at some point, please?
Yeah.
She's gonna step on Karen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
And Cass is going to flump into the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sneak into my room where I assume my husband's at.
Yep, he's there, and when you come in, you actually see him. Seems to be trying to get Dazzle to do tricks. He's trying to make her back up without actually turning around right now. He just does this sort of awkward shuffle. But when he sees you, he smiles brightly. Oh, Gifton, you're back. You're okay?
Yeah.
Everything go okay?
Awkward, but yeah. I don't know if Cass is gonna be okay, but we'll see.
Well, what happened? And he sort of grabs hold of your hand and he just sort of pulls you over to where he's got a cushion on the floor.
Okay.
Seems to have heaved that down from a bed.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hug him very fiercely. Her mom, big lady.
Which mum?
The one in the sword.
Okay, sword mum. Yeah.
Yeah, sword mom.
Did he get her out?
Oh yeah, she's okay, I think.
She's loose.
That's good at least, isn't it?
She's very angry. Like, you remember how she was angry? Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, the shocky kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's basically said we were very lucky she wasn't going to burn the city down. And she
Why?
She's mad.
We didn't do anything.
She's very mad. I had to try and keep Cass from saying too much.
Oh, do you think we need to be worried about this?
Cass wanted to get her on our side.
I mean, another angel on our side would have been great, right?
She was so mad. She hates him so much. You could just... There's so much anger there. She's been, I think, so hurt for so long that I think she needs some time. And
angry family.
Yeah, there's a lot of fierceness and need to solve things through doing and not talking. And I appreciate the fact Cass wanted to talk to her so bad, but we're not supposed to talk to anybody about it. So she frowns. Cass wants to talk to you about things.
Do you think she's in a good place to try to do it now?
You might want to talk to her.
Are you in a good place? You seem upset. It must have been upsetting.
I feel so bad for Cass right now. I feel so bad for Cass. But
Well, I'll go talk to her then.
I'll be fine. Hey, honey.
Yeah.
Every day, let's do something special, okay? You and me.
Hey, please don't go down this.
I'm going. And she's gonna pull him close and give him a kiss on the cheek.
And he hugs you incredibly tightly, and you can feel him sort of grasping at your back.
I have to. And I'm going to come right back out. And you're gonna have to deal with my really annoying attempts to get you to sing in the morning song with me, and we're gonna have to fight over Dingus and Dazzle, and it's gonna be okay.
You better come out, or you're gonna come out.
Huh? And if I don't, you are very young. And there are brownies here.
There is never going to be anyone like you.
You damn well bet there won't.
And, darling, if you don't come out, I am coming in for you no matter what happens.
No.
Yeah, so you better come out. That's the deal.
Well, yeah, well,
That's the
she
deal.
she suddenly gives a playful shove.
Do I need to burn this into our hands? Is
that what we're doing?
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. And also, let's not tell the parents.
No.
But if it does go wrong, try to make sure nobody blames each other or themselves, okay? For me?
Yeah, of course.
But he's going in after you, so how is he supposed to do that?
Because the way I see it, if it goes wrong, the only person at fault is some dead god I'm crawling around in their remains that they made a cage out of for some other god.
Yeah, and I'll have words with them.
Yeah, well, all right. Well,
he's gonna hug you tightly again.
And then I'm gonna go over and take out my scale brush and start cleaning Dingus up.
And Dingus meeps happily at you, and you start trying to clean him, but then he basically sits on you, and you start getting flashes of treats, because he saw Dazzle getting trained and giving treats.
Fine, I will go through our stuff and start giving him treats.
Cassie.
Yes.
There is the ever so slight sound, and it might be because he's deliberately trying to announce his presence of Care coming in underneath your door frame. Cass
kind of waves from by a bed.
Gus said you wanted to see me.
Yeah. I was wondering if, at this point, she kind of puts the sword out on the floor outside of the scabbard. If you're capable of doing repair work.
I mean,
or if you can help me find someone.
He comes over to it and he sort of very cautiously nudges the blade with his foot. Is it still it's empty? Right, yeah. But is it still, magic?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't feel anything from it.
I suppose that's the first thing to find out. If it's not magic, I can certainly fix it up. Who's got the, and he sort of makes a wand waving motion.
I think Carrot does.
I mean, he would know that his wife can cast detect magic too, technically. But
Yeah, he doesn't want to bother his wife, though.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm just
none
pointing
of us
out just in
have
case you
when we
forgot.
use the thing.
but yeah, everybody knows I carry it. So
Is Carrick back?
I haven't seen them. I've
out of character,
been
are we
hiding
back?
since we got back.
Yeah, you can be back if you want.
Okay, because I don't think I've been writing my notes, so
and,
I'm probably over by the.
He
Oh
moves back
crap!
over
That's
to
not.
the doorway and sort of leans under the bottom of it. Carrick,
I'm probably actually out in the stables.
Carrick.
With Bardo. I don't know if Archie was
Archie?
helping me or if Archie was elsewhere.
Archie probably would actually been saying taking care of Klopp, honestly. Just absentmindedly brushing him on that.
We're all in the stables. Although since we
Tell that
actually
he's probably with you because I can't imagine him.
well, I will say this much: we probably would have let you want to call us Sigurd, and my brain's like that's not right.
Sigrid.
Yes, Sigurd. That we were back, but that we were going to go take care of Bardo and animals.
He has the radio box.
That too.
Yeah,
does have radio.
He sighs softly and just sort of motions to Cass. Let's get Gifton to check it.
Okay. And Cass is going to put her hand out for Care to hop up.
He gives you that sort of no way. I want to walk as he goes under the doorway.
Well, she didn't want to try. She didn't want to risk stepping on him. So.
And he's gonna dash back across to the other room.
So she's going to grab the sword, stand up. She's let her hair down at this point.
Oh no, she's a mess.
Oh yeah,
darling wife, love of my life.
And then
I am going to use thaumaturgy 3 times. 1 to give myself glowy eyes, 2 to shake the ground, and 3 to make an otherworldly sound and look over at Care frighteningly and go, husband! And then start giggling at him.
Oh, maybe could do without that voice, but he just gives you a little hidden thumbs up against his chest.
I'll let the rest go. What is it, honey?
And he motions at the door that was just knocked on behind him.
Cassie, we can't open that.
Yeah. It's not locked. Yeah. Oh. And he ducks.
Yep.
We need to know if Cass's sword is still magical.
Oh, okay. We'll put it down.
And she's going to set it down.
Okay, and I'll go over and ritual cast detect magic.
Okay. Yep, it's magical.
Yeah, it's still magic. Pretty good too.
That's gonna make it a lot.
I'll do another divine sense and make sure it's clear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there does not seem to be a celestial presence in it anymore.
And it's completely clear. You're okie dokie. It's just a sword, magic sword.
It's no longer angry.
Yeah, it does not have a personality. You're okay.
No longer undying rage.
Was that what you wanted Care for?
No, I want to try and finish what I started and get it fully repaired.
If it's magic, you might need an artificer.
I'm going to have to go check on that.
Maybe ask, General Roselle. He sort of does finger quotes in the air.
Yeah, you could try asking that, but Cass,
frankly, it takes mess, isn't it?
A bit, maybe. Cass, I'm gonna give her a good look up and down. Do you want to go to the bathhouse?
Yes.
Maybe bath time would be good.
Care gives you a long look, Gifton.
Do you want to go to the bathhouse, sweetie?
I mean, he looks over at Cass. Maybe we can go together later?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure that it's a pretty big area.
I need to go advocate for a restroom.
Probably segregated.
Yeah, and he looks vaguely disappointed at that. I guess I could go. Dingus, do you want to go to the bathhouse? I can give you that or a scrub up.
Yeah, we can go to the bathhouse. That'll be fun. And then maybe after we can go look for that brownie shop. That'd be fun, right?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah. Or do you want to do that while she does that, and we can go privately to the bathhouse later?
And
Cass is turning around, going, "I don't want to hear about your shenanigans."
And Care nods rapidly.
We'll see you in a bit, Cassie. Do you want to tell RG and them where you're going?
They don't seem to be back yet.
Oh, well,
Cass,
I go. Isn't
side.
that the radio right there?
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm gonna go hit it. Which button is this on? Hello? Hello?
The Cass squawks loudly.
Oh.
And Cass is just like, "Hi."
Oh, I'm gonna turn the knob and then try again.
you
Hello?
You get
There was Derek, your radio goes off.
He's in the bathroom.
Do you say okay?
Yeah, I'll turn
Wow.
it again.
You
Hello?
say something.
RG, your radio goes off.
Arjun's like, why are you radioing when we're just in the stable?
Oh, I don't know where you are. Anyway,
We
Cassie's...
told Sigrid, didn't you tell you?
No. Anyway, Cassie's gonna go to the bathhouse. Does anybody want to go with?
I can probably go. I'm done cleaning Club.
Alright, go to the bathhouse with
Honestly,
Cassie.
I'd probably stay.
Me and Kara are gonna go check out the brownie shop.
Okay, have fun.
Bye.
Don't get grabbed this time.
What happens in Cuthwaite stays in Cuthwaite. Click. Also, another click. By the way, we can't take the standing radio with us, so bye.
And everyone tries to grab us. I got my nice little jabbing, and he seems to like pull his sword out and swings it about, looking very satisfied with himself.
I have the most fearsome dragon in the lands. I hug on Dingus's head.
RG's going to come in and actually give Gifton back her radio.
Oh, you attach it back to Dingus.
Yeah. Oh no, she's handing it to Gifton, so Gifton can do it.
I can't do that. It's too big.
Oh,
That's about the radio. You get to attach your own radio.
how did the guys' shop trip go?
Actual stuff we sold that was everyone's 50,000 gold each.
No, 60,000 gold each.
60,000 gold each.
60. Okay, I heard 50.
No, 60.
60.
Okay,
60.
so yeah.
Euro.
So each
60,000.
person that sold got 60,000 is going to get 60,000 gold each.
Mhm.
Gift is going to give a low whistle. How much is that?
Build a house out of it, Gifton.
That's. What do you
Okay,
even do
so
with that?
it's. You know the amount that General gave us for completing that thing?
Yeah.
It's way higher than that.
Thanks, Saji.
I suddenly get
She
kind
just
of
shrugs and goes, I don't know math.
I suddenly get a really dumb smile on my face, and I pull Kara close, and I go, "We are gonna go help people after we have some fun at the shop."
Okay.
But yeah, he
Think
wants
of how much
people
supplies we could get for those poor refugees outside town.
Arjun is
we could,
also
yeah.
we're getting being taken care of tomorrow. He's going to give us receipts for the amounts, and I think we can take out of whatever our total for it is for magic items are in his shop.
Oh, cool. Maybe we can go buy some
That's
stuff.
what that was, I think, his intent, so he didn't have to give us nearly as much money.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to hike up on Dingus and go. Well, we're gonna go to the brownie shop. You guys have fun at the bathhouse. Goodbye. And
Have fun.
we
And
split up even
Kate hops
further.
up and that's all. And yeah, split the party more.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Corvus,
Yes.
what are you actually starting with?
So he is going to start with medical.
Medical. Okay.
Go ahead.
You are going to spend a good hour looking through medical books, just trying to find, because this is a fast collection. This is ladders wheeling along walls to get up to the books.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes you a good hour to actually find something that seems of particular interest to you. You grab a few books off the shelves just to be able to peruse few, but I would like you to give me a investigation check, please.
I've made a list.
You made a list, have you?
Yes. All right, investigation.
Yep.
All right, my sheet up here.
Okay, very nice.
Oh, also, Allie, I'm inviting Telday to come with me.
You inviting Telday?
Yep.
Alright, Corvus. I'm noting this down because I'm going to give you a bunch of stuff during downtime based on your readings here.
Yeah. And I'll send you this list after game if you want.
Yeah. Okay. Right, I'm going to leave you there.
Back.
Hi, Carrick. Gifton and Kerr, you come out of the building and there's Carrick in the stalls with Klopp and Telday.
Hey, Carrick and Telday, we're gonna go to the brownie shop. Do you want to come?
Out of character.
Mm-hmm.
How far have I gotten through the list? I don't know how long it's been. So.
Which just
The document, the ledger of.
You're making a
Everything
ledger.
we
of
have.
everything as well.
you could have done that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go. I haven't. There was in a tinker shop, I think they said, didn't they?
Yeah, it's a tinker shop. You want to go there?
Sure. I've never been to a tinker shop.
Telday, coming with us? I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, buddy.
They might consider him a tinker.
It would be acceptable.
All right, thank you, Telday. And
You
then,
are welcome.
Oh, I was going to ask before I went by to go with you. Did I get separate receipts for each item?
Yes.
Or okay, so
I'm
for
getting your
those
receipt.
who weren't, I'm going to. Do you want me to hold on to your receipt, Gifton? For
okay,
now, just 'cause
sure.
it's a little on the larger side. When we get back, we can put in your room.
Yeah, RG said we're getting like 60,000 gold pieces for my ring.
There were 4 items people didn't want to keep, so each of you are getting 60,000.
Wow. I'm gonna buy so much supplies for those refugees. Oh, we could send some really nice stuff back to my mom and dad. And we could send some really nice things for Albrecht.
Yeah.
We could get a really neat home in Dulwood. Wouldn't that be neat? We could get one like,
Gifton,
yeah?
maybe just don't forget to spend some for yourself. To replace you something.
A home kind of is for
I mean,
ourselves.
Yeah, no.
maybe we could get a
Yes.
nice place to raise a family.
Yes,
You
but
know?
I'm just thinking you might want to get something.
But a perception check, please, from everybody.
Everybody?
We're about to go catch
Well,
Pharrell.
everyone
I have a
outside.
funny feeling. Hey, Tilday
Telday recognizes not mortal emotion.
They're very tiny.
Gifton's not looking. Carrick.
Yes.
Kerr's face.
What about
red-
Care? Oh, okay.
Kerr's face reddens a bit when Gifton says that.
I'm not going to say anything about it.
They're very tiny.
Um,
Yes.
We need a nice big place for a few dozen brownies, right?
He gives you a fairly alarmed look, Gifton.
What?
Are you planning on taking in refugees in order to assist them?
No, what? Okay, where's this tinker shop? Does anybody know
Yeah,
where the
let's
tinker
go
shop
to the
is?
tinker shop. It's somewhere near the palace. It's in that plaza. Let's set it that way.
Okay. And he is going to very hurriedly move Dazzle off in that direction.
Based upon your commentary, does that mean you are currently pregnant?
Okay, Dazzle nearly goes down as Care turns in the saddle, yanking her reins.
All right, one
and
moment.
goes, "What?"
One moment.
Gifton. I think
Of course not.
Oh my god, are you so you're making your tone sound dishonest
I didn't say I was making my tone sound dishonest. That is up to the DM.
I need you to do a roll if that's the case.
I'm just gonna look down. Either way, I figured out the truth. I'm guessing for the 23 against your So, but I think you're scared.
Actually, we've already done those rolls, so not for a bit yet, Gifton. So
Yes.
You're being very mean to your husband right now.
I'm being very mean
I'm
to
gonna
my
kind of
husband.
kneel down
Yeah.
and go. I think you're scaring the boy, as in your husband.
Telday, she definitely seems she's being very strange. Human emotions, well, not human, brownie, and poor Care. Care now seems to be incredibly flustered, and he really can't figure out
What I meant.
whether you're fucking with him or not.
Gifton has got a cheese-eating grin as she's riding quietly behind him.
There are ways to determine if you are.
No, what?
For instance, there are certain activities which are more
Telday,
likely to create this.
Oh my! Telday, no, shush.
As a doctor,
Excuse me, sir.
should be
Which
able
way
to
is it to the
explain
brownie
more
tinker
information.
shop?
Do you work there? It's just down that street. You take your left there. You see it?
Oh, thank you.
Big cog outside.
All right. Thank you very much.
There are certain actions which are more likely to result in being pregnant, such as reverse cowgirl.
And you are able to head on over to the tinker shop with your poor husband and your friends.
So, a reverse cowgirl, would that be a cowgirl that's cow body, human rest of the parts?
It's the cow with like human ears and no
Yeah.
tail, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And when you get down there, it does seem to be a very finely made up shop. There's this lovely wooden working sort of like all along the front of it. Very well kept. There is a sign out front hanging that seems to be in the shape of a couple of little gears.
Huh.
And do you want to head on in?
I will wait for somebody to open the door.
I will open.
I'll open it. Oh,
Wow.
someone's opening the door.
All right. Then
Someone must get on the floor.
We're gonna ride in on the ground. We're not gonna fly in because that would be monstrously terrible to do.
As you all come on in, the store itself is a cacophony of ticking noises just coming from various walls and so on, and it is quite the array in here. You do see lots of different things like grandfather clocks standing, these little lovely sort of wall-mounted clocks with these little things hanging from them, moving from side to side. There seems to be a display case at the back that seems to have lots of small pocket watches in it. It's quite the array. And there is a elderly human gentleman behind the counter who very elderly. His skin liver spotted. He seems to be very bald, if not for a very faint amount of wispy hair going around his head. And he seems to be peering down with a pair of glasses at something on the countertop. And you can see he's talking to nobody, it seems like. It's like, oh yes, very, very, very fine work, Hayden. You've done a good job on this one. Oh, hello. Can I help you?
Hello.
Sir?
Hello.
Oh, who's your friend here? Oh, tall.
Yes,
Greetings.
yes, he is tall. There's other of us also. And
Hi!
kind of points down below.
And he leans across the countertop, and you can see him sort of like squinting through his glasses. Like, Ella, is that you?
Who?
And then when he says that, two figures join him on the countertop. Very small, very, very small. Very much like Gifted and Care, in fact. One slightly portly, wearing what looks to be like a tiny pair of spectacles himself. The other a little bit more life. Both brown-haired. Brownies.
Gifton's gonna wave up.
Oh, hello. The more portly one says, I've not seen you before.
Just got in
you
town.
seen them? And Iden shakes his head and goes, well, welcome to town. Oh, this is a surprise. Not seen new brownies for, 3 years? No, 4 years. 4 years. Really? Oh, time does fly. Time. And they start nattering at each other while the elderly gentleman keeps peering down at you. Are you family?
I don't think so. Brockgren and Greysteel.
What?
What's your family?
No, this is Iden and Cullen.
I'm Gifton. This is Care.
Clear River and Stone's Throw.
Oh,
Stone's throw.
we're from pretty south.
We're from here. Well, I mean, now we're from here. About how south out? Yeah, what, outside the walls?
Pretty south.
Do you know where Southwest Time is?
Southwest of here.
No, like Dolwood,
Dolford.
Roadvale.
We're
Roadvale. We know.
Yeah. South of Roadvale, down the river is Dolwood. South of that, there's Coycroft, and then Southwest Time, and then you gotta head a bit west and south, down by the borders by the Goliaths. That's where Tarnstead was. That's where we're from.
You see the lanky one-eyed and starting to clamber down this little tiny ladder set that seems to be set into the side of this counter, and he comes over to you and what's blimey? He's pretty far north.
Yeah, the town burned down.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know that story well.
Get off Dingus and give him a good pat, and I'm gonna flash the badge.
Oh, Fentra?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I killed the dragon turtle.
And a beholder and a griffin.
No, he
I
killed the
don't know
griffin.
what those are.
Angry things, big teeth. I didn't kill the griffin.
Beholders have eyeballs, and they actually.
I scared off a cat once. What's a dragon turtle? Like one of those snappy things?
Bigger than a boat, like out in the harbor.
Give me a persuasion check, please.
You just told them 1 million.
I just told them 1 million. My persuasion check's not gonna go very good, probably. Yeah, all right.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, Colin.
Really good
There are
with
turtles that are bigger than boats.
Oh my god, this is an entire eccentric group.
They also breathe burning steam.
Oh, that's
It was
unpleasant.
quite awful.
Well,
Anyway,
it's lovely to meet you.
Nice to
And
meet
he
him. Offer my
actually
hand.
reaches his hand up and shakes your hand, and then he goes to Care, who shakes his hand as well. But he seems to be looking at these two a little warily at how outgoing they are.
We started running a tailor shop down south, and people were coming and telling us there were brownies up here.
And you see the more portly one coming down this little ladder as well, a little slower.
Yeah.
And
my husband's a smith.
Oh, well, it's great to hear more brownies doing businesses. Are you doing it out in the open? It must be you're here, right?
Yeah, I do it out in the open. There's a little shop called this little shop in Dolwood. The tailor's really nice and lets me work out of there. He's got my mom and my dad there still.
That's great. We thought we were the only ones.
By the word, the wording on that made that sound really bad.
Yeah, it did.
It made it sound a little more vicious than it is.
A little more slavey.
Yeah. Well, you kind of are a big deal. Everybody hears about you, I guess.
Oh, I mean, and the blushes a bit while the more important one is nodding vigorously. Oh yeah, biggest deal. Ever since we came along, the business has boomed, hasn't it? And you see the elderly gentleman has become distracted by his work again. What? The business has boomed. What? No, no explosions. Yeah, well, business has been going good.
Well, that's great. Wow, this is quite a shop.
Yeah, I'll ignore the noise. You get used to it pretty quickly.
Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo,
Yeah.
cuckoo.
Yeah. And
then all the other ones. Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo.
sorry. Is this a personal visit? Because I mean, that's great if it is. It's lovely to meet more of our kind.
Oh, it kind of was a little bit. I was also kind of looking. How much do you folks sell music boxes for?
Music boxes?
Yeah.
Oh, that depends what kinds you're sort of looking for.
They come in kinds?
Oh, yeah. There's different words, different melodies, different figures. Some of them you can load up.
Gifton looks like, oh no, this was way more information than I wanted. It's a million all over again.
You can take it to have a look if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great. Carrie, you want to go look?
Yeah, sure. And what about you, big fella? Oh, and even bigger fella.
Oh yeah, this is a Carrick Marsk and Telde.
Nice to meet you all.
Hang on. And you see the more portly one peering at Telde very intently, and there's a sort of head tilt. That's not a mask, and in a helm.
Yeah, he's that.
Is that a golem, an iron golem?
No, he's Telde.
Out of character, because I'm trying to remember. Were we ever told what he was?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
I just couldn't remember, so.
Telde, you're not a golem, right?
Affirmative.
See? I don't... Actually, wait. Are you a golem?
No.
Okay, so he's not a golem.
I'm just going to look down and go, our whole group is a little unusual.
Yeah, we travel with a centaur and a wood elf. And that's the one you really got to worry about.
And I mean,
and
even some of us are. And he's going to unfold the wings.
Come on, human.
Cullen, I need you to move this, please. Excuse me, Idrin will give you a look around. I've got to get back to work.
All right, sorry.
Yeah, and Idrin gives a sort of little grin at you and motions back towards the back. Let's take a look at our stuff.
All right, I'll go with them and go look.
Yeah.
I'm going to fold the wings back up and I'm going to start looking around separately because I've never been in one of these.
Yeah.
The hands are in the pockets because.
So you look around the sort of main storefront, and there is a huge variety of styles in here. Not just in materials used, but sizes, carving styles, inlays. It's basically all the clocks you could ever want. And
so one.
Yes. Gifton, you are taken back, and you see the elderly gentleman glancing over at you briefly to their back as if, well, okay. And
like, oh, I don't really want them to go in the back, right?
yeah. And as he leads you back out here, the entire room, it's definitely a workshop. You can see some stairs leading up to what you imagine are living quarters, but the entire workshop is set up to be easily accessible. There are like tiny inbuilt stairs in some parts of it. There are ladders, ropes, all scattered about. It looks like to be lines going from shelf to table and so on.
I'm gonna elbow Karen and go, we need to get this stuff set up.
Okay, if you come over here, we've got a bunch we're working on right now. And he will take you up. And yeah, there is a array of different kind of music boxes. You see some made out of metal, some made out of wood, some with a joint. There's even some jewels and stonework done on some of them. Mm-hmm. Some of them have these cute little figures sticking out of them. Others are just far more plain. And there's an array next to one of them of these strange wax cylinders. These sort of bumps going along them. I mean, are you after anything in particular?
I just kind of always wanted one. Back in town, there was somebody that had one, and I just really liked how it made that kind of tinny music. It was really neat.
If you want tinny music, we can give you tinny music. We can do better melodies though. If you
I didn't know that there was anything like this at all. I mean, we came
Well-
from a very, very small town. I don't ever think there was like 50, 60 people in Tarnstead.
and out front, Telde and Carrick, you can actually hear melodies starting to come from the back as basically he leads you to each one, Gifton winds them up and lets you listen.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some are far more jaunty. There are some really soft, really lovely made melodies. Still got that slight artificial sound to them, but a lot less worn and tinny sounding than the ones you heard in Tarnstead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gibson will eventually kind of settle on one that she really likes. How much would this one be?
He opens his mouth briefly and then sort of looks you up and down. And I wouldn't mind doing. Yeah. How about? And he suddenly starts to look very guilty. Are you okay for money?
Oh, I am very. I look over at Kara with a bit of his. Fine, we're fine. Trust.
I mean, normally we do this one for about 2,000 gold, but if that's too much, we can work something out.
No, easily do that. I can easily do that.
Are you sure? I wouldn't want to put you out. And he's looking at both of you, and he looks genuinely worried.
I'm not good at the big numbers yet because they're a little hard, but she looks like she's embarrassed to talk about it.
Go to Leith Arbitrary 3 times.
We sold some stuff when we came back, and I have 60 of that.
60 gold?
No, 1,000?
Oh, okay.
I think I'm okay.
Yes, you sound okay then.
Yeah, I don't I don't know how I'm gonna take it all yet. They said that it's on a note for me. But I'm having Carrick hold it for right now.
Well, I mean,
So-
I've got to finish this piece off, but if you come back in a couple of days, it'll be ready and we
Yeah,
can sort
and
it out then.
I can pay then. That'll
And-
be alright.
Hey, why don't you'd be welcome to come and meet the family if you wanna have some dinner or something with a lot of us?
I thought it was just the two of you.
No, we've got our families with us.
Oh,
Quick. This
Yes.
music box that Gifton is buying, is it Gifton brownie size
no,
or
this is a full
standard?
No,
size.
it's
This is a
full-
full
it's full
size.
size.
I want a full
Oh,
size music box.
goodness.
No, I want a full size music box.
All right.
Yeah, so they can't really work on brand new size stuff. They're so good at this. It's because it's overscaled to them, and
It's
they can really get in
overscale.
easy.
Yeah, makes
Yeah.
sense. Just
No.
wanted to make sure.
No, I want a full size music box. That's what Gifton wants. So.
Come meet my wife. My daughter, my two sons, and
I look over at Carrie. You wanna? It's been a long time.
it might actually be nice to, have something a bit familiar.
Yeah. I have one question. You've been around other brownies that have come through, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't be alarmed, okay?
That's very alarming to say.
Yeah, I know. Do you know anybody else that can tolerate the iron?
The humans can. He gestures out front.
Gifton's gonna slightly reach into her pocket and pull out that small chunk. I can touch it.
Oh no, don't.
And then
Okay.
And then she's gonna tuck it back in and go. You said nobody?
None of us.
She frowns.
I mean, not that we go out of our way to try checking.
Do you know any other brownies that can do magic?
I take it you don't mean our usual.
I do healing magic.
Give me an insight check.
Mm-hmm. Insight. I've been rolling hot, so it's gonna roll low now. It's gonna roll low.
Oh. He freezes up for a moment and then shakes his head, but you can tell he's trying to hide something.
Please, if you know anything.
Oh, my youngest, he scraped his knee a few times, and he's gotten the usual little cuts and stuff. But last time he just touched his own knee, and
Gibson will take out a small her knife and slice her own hand and lay on hands herself.
What are you doing?
Lay on hands herself and go like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know I'm not alone.
Do you know what's happening? I haven't wanted to tell anybody, and I've been really worried.
He's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Just don't let him touch iron.
Well, I'd like you to come around even more now, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Tomorrow night, good for you both? Yeah, that's fine. Right, go, great.
Make sure there's space for your dragons to land.
Alright, yeah, should we leave the pseudo dragons behind?
Actually, no, they can, I mean, are they tame? I mean,
they are.
you seem pretty nice.
They are the best.
Yeah.
And Dingus meeps, whereas Dazzle just sort of does her usual haughty chest puff.
Dingus here is the very best.
I mean, the boys would love to see him.
Oh, I was so excited the first time I met Dingus because I got to be a little brownie dragon knight, and that was the best thing ever.
That is pretty fantastic.
But yeah, we'll come see you in a couple days, and
if you just if you want them, if you just fly directly up to the window above here.
All right. We're staying at the Hound and the Hydra right now, but how many days do you think?
Until this is done.
Yeah, or well, when you want to have dinner.
Well, if you come around tomorrow night, that'd be great. But any day this week, you'd be welcome.
All right. Oh, we'll come by tomorrow night.
All right. Oh, I look forward to seeing you.
All right.
Yes. I suppose I'll see you out.
Yep. He'll
he'll escort you back out, and
hey,
tell Ted and Carrick, while they're in there, you're having a look about, you do see that the portly brownie helping this elderly gentleman is quite rapidly disassembling the pocket watch that's up on the countertop, and seems to get a spring into place and then reassemble it with quite a bit of ease. The elderly gentleman helps you move some of the heavier pieces, but that little minute tiny bit of alignment that requires tweezers, and you see this elderly gentleman's hands are shaking a bit, and you probably imagine you can't do it. Brownie gets them into place very easily.
Nice. Is there any jewelry work on like the watches they have on display? And stuff that?
Some of them. A lot of them are fairly understated. There's a lot of what looks like copper work and a few gold and silver watches, but a couple of them do have jewels, like in their little what do you call it, turny top bits.
Bezel?
The bezel, something like that. But there are those. There are some engraving. And and then you see the little silver dragons coming out of the back.
Hey, Care, we're gonna be coming back here in a couple days to pick up. I'm getting a music box.
Wasn't he just in there?
Or not Carrick. Sorry, I was saying Carrick.
Getting me mixed up with him.
Oh, I mean, you're both so tall.
Oh, that's true.
And you both dress so
I'm
smart.
the more handsome one.
Look up at Tell Day. I don't think any of us count as tall anymore.
You have no idea what tall means anymore. My horizons have changed.
There are multiple definitions of tall, depending on.
You haven't
the
seen Cassie's
size.
mom.
Are we talking mom or
Sword
Mom.
mom or horse mom?
We'll
And,
discuss that later.
When you come back out, the older gentleman glances down and have a fun look around.
You have a beautiful shop.
Oh, thank you. I couldn't do it without them.
Well, I'm good for now. We'll be by tomorrow night.
We're not open tomorrow night.
Oh, sorry.
No, I mean, they're joining us for dinner. Adore. Yes, of course. And he just sort of waves his hand dismissively and starts shuffling about, seeming to pick up pieces as he goes back into the back himself. And Aiden looks a little concerned about him as he watches him go, before shaking his head and smiling at you. Right, I look forward to seeing you all.
All right, see you later.
And
I will have to remember before we leave to think about stopping back by. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful items you have here.
I'm glad to hear it. Feel free to pop by anytime, but when we're open, of course.
Of course.
And you're able to head back out, and the two little brownies sort of wave at you eagerly as you head out.
Yep.
Gifton.
Yep, I wave.
Yeah. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Yay!
There was a crown, by the way. I found it.
The crown.
Yep. It's called a crown.
Right, and we will